following is a presentation of the Pontywood Sports Network.
Welcome to the Wright Chrysler Dodge Ram pregame show. Just like the big game, you have to be prepared. And the same holds true when it comes to buying your next vehicle. So be prepared by going to WrightChryslerDodgeJeep.com. That way you're ready to go when you hit the lot. Now it's time for us to get you ready for the big game. The Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram pregame show starts now.
Good evening, everybody. Rough Rider friends, welcome to Madisonville, home of the Mustangs and Buckies, and it's also the place where our pre-district season comes to an end. Hello, everybody. I'm the counselor, Stephen Shires, and to my left is Chris Wallington.
It is me, and thank you. Tonight, this team is the official underdog for the first time, I guess, this season. 8-point underdogs, but before last week's loss to Dangerfield, the Riders would have been picked by 1 point, despite being the visitors. So tonight is an important game. At least Shires and I, when we were coming down here, thought it was an important game. Turns out Coach Brown agrees.
Yeah, so this is, I mean, it's not district, so yeah, it doesn't count towards playoffs or whatever, but it does count. It's a very important game for us.
So here we go. Over the next 25 minutes, JBA Financial will bring us a preview of the game from Coach Brown. Campbellsboro Buildings brings us a look along with Chris Wallington, the other teams in our district and county where they stand. And, of course, Gaddy's Medical Supply will take us down to the field, hopefully for a chat with our senior cheerleader.
We'll get you ready for the game in about 2 minutes. It's the Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep pregame show on YouTube with the Northeast Texas Sports Network. Rough Riders and Mustangs. We'll get you ready next.
NETSN and Pontywood Sports Network say thank you to the sponsors who back the Riders all year long. Ace Hardware is the place. Center Tire, always tops in tires, now expanding their service.
And Covington Lumber, your third generation supply store and lumber yard.
What's that old State Farm slogan, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there? Well, that could not be a better description than Chris Mayfield of Mayfield State Farm. Since he came to town close to 20 years ago now, he has been the quintessential good neighbor. That's the same thing true of his insurance agency, Chris Mayfield State Farm.
We say thank you to these fall sponsors who bring you Rough Rider football all fall long. Chris Mayfield State Farm, Shelby County's good neighbor. Down Home Storage. Take your down home clutter to Down Home Storage. At Joe's, it's not just a car wash, it's a car spa. McAdams Propane, keeping you warm in the winter and your outdoor kitchen going all season long. And Watson & Sons Funeral Home, their family, serving yours.
All right, everybody, welcome back. It's time for my pregame brief.
I think it's the first one this year, man.
Yeah, a couple things to talk about. Number one, I'm jetting out of here as soon as this game's over with, and I'm headed to Northeast to witness a number of things, including some baseball, which may be very important for the Astros.
You were going to Boston, and you saw, hey, I've always wanted to go to see a game at that stadium, at that historic stadium. It just happens to be the last game of the season with playoff implications. You lucky turd.
I know.
I'm proud for you. One of the things we'll try to keep up with today are the scores.
Right, because it matters. The Astros are sitting right on the outside looking in, but if they win and some things fall a certain way, they'll make the playoffs.
It actually would help the Astros, the way I understand it, if the Red Sox won tonight.
I think so, and tomorrow when we go see them.
Okay.
But that's part one of the pregame. Part two is tell everybody what you did yesterday.
Last night I went to SFA where Mark Perkins, who graduated in 2020.
And participated in the broadcast.
He was a part of our broadcast team. He sure was. On our sideline reporter for a while. And he English major, was going to teach English, but then he got to taking creative writing and said, hey, I'd kind of like to do this. So why did he choose to write? Well, of all the marketable things, poetry. He's a poetry major. And then he publishes a book of poems, and it's a hit. in the world of poetry, Mark Perkins is someone that poet people know across the country. So he came back to SFA where he got his first degree and read from the book, and it was well received. The name of the book is The Grace of Black Mothers. It's basically an autobiographical story of the struggles he and his mom and grandma had. It is very, very worth your time if you like such things. You can find it on wherever you would buy a book. I think you can find it on your Kindle.
Well, very good. And with that, the defense rests.
I'm sorry, I took a lot of your time.
No, that's okay. I invited you to.
All right, thanks.
All right, so I will go to a break, and we're going to hear from a couple of sponsors when we come back. It's going to be more the Wright Chrysler pregame show here live on NETSN.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
Part of Watson & Sons Funeral Home is Oak Lawn Memorial Park Perpetual Care Cemetery. A beautifully cared-for facility, far enough away from town to feel private, but not too far away. Watson & Sons, their family taking care of yours.
Behold, the chicken fried steak sandwich. This particular chicken fried steak sandwich can only be found at Diamond League Cafe in Center, Texas. And it pairs very well with seasoned fries and sweet tea. And if you're lucky, there'll be some of that Nana's banana pudding to go along with it. Get by Diamond League Cafe in Center and see the wonderful folks and all the wonderful menu items for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Everybody, welcome back. It's time for our JBA Financial Coach Talk, where Chris Wallington sat down and talked to Coach Brown about this very important game.
Coach, thank you. Usually we do this in the pizzeria, but this is these are different digs.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being with me. So you're coming off of the Dangerfield game. One of the things that I think we may have learned is that Dangerfield's pretty good.
Yeah, we knew that going in, and then we got to experience it Friday night. Yeah, Dangerfield is a dang good football team. So it kind of gave the whole team, the whole program, kind of a zone, a lot of power, and they're going to try and just run it right down your throat.
Okay. And then defensively?
Defensively, they're an even front, so they're going to have 4 down linemen, and then they'll move their linebackers around to being pressured from different spots. But they're very sound, and they fly around to the football.
Thanks, Coach. We'll talk postgame.
Yes, sir.
JBA Financial Services brings you Coach Talk, and there's a reason for that. John Black knows that when you're preparing for an important game, you need a plan, and they'd like to be a part of the details, the X's and O's of that plan. He's put together a good team, a coaching staff that would help you and your family get where they want to go. At JBA Financial Services, they're working to secure your family's future.
The team at McAdams Propane is committed to fueling generations of East Texans, and the work Billy Bob and Lisa McAdams started is growing under Josh's leadership. What began in Center has grown into Livingston and Marshall, Henderson and Carthage. For propane, it's McAdams.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
Everybody, welcome back. It's the Wright Chrysler Pregame Show. It's that time where we go up to the blimp and we have our area roundup.
I'm actually, the blimp has, where we're trying to communicate with it. Let's go back to Roman numeral 4 while I get that done. Shires, my fault.
Oh, something fun.
Yeah, something fun. This is
sorry.
pretty cool. Yeah, you know where we are, and the blimp, I hope, finds where we are. But a lot of the students in my class weren't exactly sure where this place was. Check this out.
All right, so this is Grant. He's a player on the team. Who we playing tonight?
Madisonville Mustangs.
Mm-hmm. And what city is the Madisonville Mustangs in?
Buc-ee's?
Yeah, all right. So what's your favorite thing about going to Buc-ee's?
The ghost pepper beef jerky.
There's no town in America that has that jerky any better than Buc-ee's.
They don't do it like Buc-ee's.
All right, that's awesome. Well, Elijah, you're the drum major. So what's the mascot of the team we're playing?
Oh yeah, Madisonville Mustangs.
And so what town are they from?
Buc-ee's.
Home of the Madisonville Mustangs.
We'll go to commercial.
All right, everybody, welcome back. There was Buc-ee's.
We're in Buc-ee's, home of the Madisonville Mustangs. I think that's funny. And even though that was a joke, a lot of them, I think, thought that was true.
All right, here we go. We're here from a couple sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Hey, y'all got a dirty truck.
Well, then take it to Joe's Car Spa for a spa day.
At Joe's, they make 'em shine.
And they're standing by to work with the community.
They was elected best of Shelby County this year, and it's called Joe's, but it probably ought to be called Reed since Reed Grant owns it.
So, Billy Don, when it's time for your car or truck to have a spa day, where do you take it?
I don't know where.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We made contact with Captain Jay Matney. How are you, Jay?
I'm doing great.
Good.
We installed a soda machine up here, and I'm drinking cold Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper? Okay. I knew there was a reason, Shires, we hired this guy. He's a Dr. Pepper. We're about to pop one when we kick off here in about 10 minutes, Jay. How was the sailing getting here?
Like I mentioned before the broadcast, it was a little choppy.
Yeah.
But once we got out of international airspace over the Gulf of, I guess the Gulf of America now, but we're good. It's all good.
You're learning as you go. This is, what, your third trip? Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, thank you for doing it. I don't think we need a weather report. It is just beautiful here in Madisonville. But tell me what games you are following today.
Oh, yeah. We have some good ones tonight. First half, we have the Price Carlisle Indians against the Shelbyville Dragons.
Big game.
Kicking off soon.
Right.
Next up, we have one of my favorite teams, the Pittsburgh Pirates, hosting Dallas Christian School.
Yeah, our old defensive coordinator from Center last year is really got Pittsburgh. I mean, they've moved up like 20, 25 spots in the polls. They're hot.
Oh, yeah. Next up, we have the Carthage Bulldogs against the Jasper Bulldogs.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks in a row playing the Bulldogs for Carthage.
Red Bulldogs. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, and is there the Major League Baseball? Are you going to be able to follow that as well from the blimp?
Yes, sir. I sure am.
Good.
Right now, the Rangers are helping the Astros, funny enough. They're beating the Guardians 4-2.
Excellent.
In the bottom of the fourth inning.
Good news for Astro fans.
And the Astros are set for first pitch at 8:38 p.m., a very odd time.
Yeah, it's strange. That'll be about our halftime. All right, well, man, speaking of halftime, we'll call you back then, and we'll check on some scores. Thank you, Jay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Jay Matney in the Bowles Feed Blimp, the place for your farm and your ranch. Things like stalls, fencing stalls. They have that. Rope, chain, they got that. From the big to the little. Thank you, Bowles Feed. Well, in the area roundup last week, Shelby County went 1-3 with only Tenaha winning, which is the first time they've won this season. Timpson was off, though. This week, every team is picked to win except Center, and Center is a minor underdog. So easily could go either way. So we have a shot at running the table, except I think we have one team that is on bye, so it won't be a true run if we make it. Well, that's kind of disappointing. District 11 is down this year with only one top 20 team, but it's still compelling. All the county teams plus St. Augustine are ranked, y'all, between 25 and 34. They're right there in the competitive team, so it'll be fun to watch that district as it kicks off soon. Center fell 17 spots to number 34 last week, while our district rival Athens rose to number 15. It's a huge switch in expectation. We were ranked way above them, but then a big win for Athens and a big loss for Center swapped it out. Maybe we can correct that a bit tonight. And in District 7, our boy Hofstetter and the Pittsburgh Pirates have risen above Gilmer in the polls, dropping the Buckeyes to right now the presumptive 4th seed. Isn't that something? Pittsburgh, if the season were to end now, would be number 3. Well, y'all, that is the area roundup. Thanks to Campbell's Portable Buildings, not only for the sponsorship, but for providing quality portable buildings for storage, for living, for office space, for 2 generations. Thank you a bunch. We'll hear from them. We'll be back to close the Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep pregame.
Hey Pug, come with me to Campbell Portable Buildings. You'd be surprised the variety of buildings you'll see.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm not going with you to a portable building store. If I go there, I'm going to see buildings that are portable.
Well, sure, but those portable buildings can be turned into permanent elegance. They come in all sizes, shapes, and purposes, from storage to a beautiful dining or office space.
Oh, yeah, Campbell's. Yeah, I knew that.
Over the years, most of us have collected a lot of stuff, but where is all that stuff? Down home. So when it starts piling up, you go with Down Home Storage, climate-controlled place for your down home stuff.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your cardio when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
All right, everybody. We thank our pregame sponsors, Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Center Glass, Hope Medical, Gaddy's Medical Supply, JBA Financial, Campbell Portable Buildings, Bowles Feed, and Ray Jones Chevrolet. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, that means that's my key.
That's the cue for the keys. So, Mr. Counselor, what are your keys to the game tonight?
I mean, I think it's the same as it was. I mean, we've got to win the battle up front on both on the offensive and defensive lines. We have to tackle well. Remember, they've got excellent running backs. Had that excellent running back last year. Coach said he didn't know if it was the same guy coming back, but they had 2 excellent running backs. So it's a spread power run. So we've got to tackle well.
Tackle well, win the battle up front. There you go. That's the key to the game, and Ray Jones Chevrolet would like to give you the keys to a brand new ride right there on North Hurst Street in Center, Highway 96 North. Well, that does it for the Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep pregame. We'll be back with the kickoff after this.
Welcome to the Wright Chrysler Dodge Ram pregame show. Just like the big game, you have to be prepared. And the same holds true when it comes to buying your next vehicle. So be prepared by going to WrightChryslerDodgeJeep.com. That way you're ready to go when you hit the lot. Now it's time for us to get you ready for the big game. The Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram pregame show starts now.
Good evening, Rough Rider fans. Welcome to Week 5 of the Rough Rider season and to Mustang Stadium. Just past Buc-ee's here in downtown Madisonville. We're here at the end of the pre-district schedule. Directly in front of me are the Rough Riders and the Mustangs. To my right, the brains behind the operation, the counselor, Stephen Shires. Counselor, we should be in for a good game and an important game.
Absolutely. I mean, even though it really doesn't matter for the district scheduling, we really want
the same thing.
A good opponent, it's exactly what you want going into the bye week, getting ready to open up district play. And so they're very good up front. Coach Hugh has been here for 10-something years, so he's got the program well established. And so we want to make sure that we come out with a lot of intensity, a lot of energy. That's something we emphasize this week. I want to see our kids compete.
Thanks, Coach. And that should do it, everyone. Thank you for joining PSPN. That's the Piney Woods Sports Network via NETSN here on YouTube. It's the Rough Riders and the Mustangs live from Mustang Stadium. We'll bring you the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff next.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
Is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trips. Fun things to wear when you go outside. For the 4th of July barbecue, to the house warming in the fall, to your Christmas shopping and clothes for all year long, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place of East Texas. People come to Covington Lumber Building and Supply because they have home construction projects, and one of those, plumbing projects. Covington's got you covered. They have the showers and the tubs to get you started, and they have all the different fixtures and lots of different choices to round out the project. Then they have the tools that you need to make the things happen. It's all yours at Covington Lumber.
Got here just in time, and that gives me a chance to pan. That's important. That's important. There's a whole lot of students who will have memories forever based on the efforts here on Friday night, and it's one of the reasons that we go to the trouble and the work to bring it to you, because it's good stuff, and you can't always travel all the way to Buc-ee's and beyond on a Friday night. So we are here. As always, when we go to a visiting stadium, we'll have some issue. Tonight, it looks like the issue might
once
be
again is
internet
connectivity, which shouldn't be the case, but it is.
We have even a new device, which it's a new device, so you know how that goes. But we hope that you're able to keep up with it.
Yeah, I think we had this issue last year, I believe. Here.
Yeah. Hope it all works out.
Or 2 years ago, whenever it was.
Yeah, 2 years ago we were here, and I remember it's a beautiful place, but not beautiful Wi-Fi. Madisonville, if you're listening while you're driving, in red, they are red and blue, and I'm not sure they really say which one. It's red and blue, but tonight they are in their home red pants going left to right. As those of you who are watching will know, Rough Riders in their away white. And there is your Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. It goes to the corner to the 30-yard line. It's a short return, but well done. Could have probably let it go out of bounds, elected not to, and the field position's just fine. Can't overstate the importance of this ball game. It's as important as any non-district game could be, Rough Riders on such a roll after the first 2 wins of the season. They were looking good, feeling confident. Then lost one to a powerful state contender in Louisiana. But last week at homecoming, the loss there, maybe it either got their attention or it hurts their confidence. We'll see tonight in a Mustang team picked at home by a touchdown. Snap, quarterback, handoff. Around the left side, Bluford's in the open. He gets around. Good tackle, probably about the last person that could tackle him from in front. That's number 2 on the tackle, Cameron Simpson, but Bluford is off to the races, gets to just across midfield.
And that is a
Ray Jones first down. And also a very good start, Mr. Shires.
Exactly.
Second down play. The fake handoff, Wolf keeps it. They're in the background, backfield all over him.
I think that was a busted play there.
Yeah,
it looks like
that's right. I don't think they called that. And that was one of the things that our coach was frustrated about. He said they counted the number of plays where there was some alignment problem, and it was way, way more than they wanted by game 4 of the season.
We need to pop a pepper.
Got to. That's why they lost yards.
What'd you do? What'd you put the peppers?
Yes, that's right here. That's right. You've already finished. I'm sorry, man. Here you go.
No,
another
Jesus.
big. Oh boy! I spilled all in one fell swoop. I spilled Dr. Pepper on Shires, and then Wolf was sacked, and it's all my fault. It's my fault that he got sacked. A loss of 7. Pretty cold though.
Yeah, it was. That's real. I'm gonna wait now, everybody.
Yeah, it wasn't Dr. Pepper. It was ice. Melted ice. But because of that mistake, see, I was lined up wrong. 3rd down and 20. I'll have to own up to that. Will have to be a big play for the Riders. Good snap, good protection, good pass right across the middle. Finds number 5. He didn't get the first down, but he gets close. He had to get to the 39. He gets to the 41. That was a really good big-time play. Eli Olivas on the reception. Enough to go for it.
So it's going to set up 4th down and what?
About 2, I think. 4th down and 3. They made it. They marked him at the 42. So big play early on. Low snap, handoff. He's hit immediately, and he's gang tackled. They flip him over. At the bottom of the pack, number 64 beat his blockers. Jose Guevara, a sophomore defensive lineman, one of the biggest men on the field. He held on for dear life as Bluford couldn't get away, and 3 other Mustangs finished him off. So a good first down play on first down, and then despite the 3rd down and 20, a pickup of 17, Mustangs hold.
They're going to get the ball just on their side of the right at the 45-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, that was a good defensive stand by those Mustangs.
So we'll see. Mustangs have the left side of their line is smaller guys, but the right side of their line is pretty big.
Man in motion, but they hand off.
No,
they fake it. The quarterback keeps it going around the end. Riders in pursuit. Catch up to him just across this midfield about 2-3 yards short of a first down. In fact, they're going to mark it, it looks like right at the 50, 2nd down and 3. And that's what we're going to be dealing with, Counselor, all night long, is who has the ball.
Yep.
They run out of the spread but want to run. You don't like that.
No, I don't.
But it can be effective.
It can be effective.
Man in motion. And they hand it to the man who was in motion, and he is tackled, but a beautiful ankle tackle.
I think that's by number 15
I
for
agree.
the Rough Riders.
That would be Grant Gregory. The captain. He's the captain, isn't he? Captain Gregory.
Yeah.
We gave him a raise for his senior year from sergeant to captain. But what a good tackle, laying on the ground. Went out.
It may have been a loss of a yard.
Yeah, I think a little bit. So 3rd down and a full 4 now. Got to get just shy of the 46. They stick it in the back's gut, and there's a pull rush in the backfield. Number 12 drops him. Almost 54, almost had him, the defensive lineman. When he broke free, number 12 was there. So let me get you the names attached to those jerseys. Make sure they haven't changed. Jace Radney was the first one through. And then
slowed him.
Zacchaeus Villegas comes in and
12
finishes him
that
off.
comes in and finishes. Who's 12 for us? Is that Villegas?
Yeah, that's the brother.
Okay, yeah, yes.
So despite the loss, they're going for it on fourth
No,
down.
they're punting.
That's right. They're punting. Sorry. There's the punt. Snap. Punts up. Good
Nice punt.
Yeah. We're going to clear away from it. We get a good Rough Rider bounce. It'll go out. We'll resume about where we started when the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff was received. 8:32 to go, a quarter of the first quarter gone. And both teams, like a boxer, have kind of danced around a little bit in the first round. We'll see what they can dial up here on offense. Second possession. Not sure, do we have time to hear what Coach said about offense?
What kind of offense do they have?
So they're going to be, I would classify it as kind of a power spread. They're going to run the football, and they're going to have a tight end, or some people call it a sniffer back or a fullback, and they're going to run a lot of inside zone, a lot of power, and they're going to try and just run it right down your throat.
All right, so on first down, we're going to get a carry. Going to pick up a nice gain here. Looks about second down. It looks like we got
to the 40, in it, 41, yeah. Going to be a 6. Villegas with his first carry over to the right. It looks like they're going to mark it at the 40. So second down and 5, a pickup of almost exactly 5. And the Thunder and Lightning backs off to a good start.
They stopped the clock for some reason.
Number 22 still in the game after that. And they give it to him going the other way. Makes a good cut, slips a little bit, falls forward for about 2 yards.
Yeah, he did. He got a solid 2 on that, didn't he?
Yeah, he made literally something out of nothing. 56, Dylan Covington, again, a sophomore. They got a lot of young folks playing defense, big young talent. Third down and a solid 3. And the quick hitch pass, caught by number 2. He jumps and flips and somehow or another goes for extra yardage in the air.
Let's say they're going to spot him. It's going to be real close.
You know, you hear yak.
We got the lineman.
They say
he's saying first down. So that is a hard earn.
Ray Jones first down. You've heard of yak yards after the catch. That was YAF, yards after flight. Somehow or another, he extended himself in the air, first down. And it's Villegas again, across the middle, weaves his way across the 50-yard line, good for 6. And the two teams look kind of like they're playing similar ball, don't they?
Yes. We need to go talk to the public announcer, dress announcer here, and tell him it's Villegas, not Villegas.
I made the same mistake, man. I can tell him.
Do that. You can do that at halftime.
All right.
Nice crowd from Madisonville. Nice crowd from the Riders.
Second down.
Oh,
around the left side. Bluford with a hole. Makes a good decision. Passes it outside. Breaks tackles. Twists and turns. Ray Jones first down. Second 5. He goes for 20. 21. Down to the 29-yard line. Thank you, Ray Jones. And thank you, Johnny Bluford. Good effort. Yeah, tonight's their homecoming here in Madisonville. We introduced the court at pregame, and we'll find out who the queen is at halftime. The snap, handoff. It's Bluford again around the left side. Big hole. He gets through. One man to beat. He's in the red zone. Past the 10. Keeps churning. Number 1 against number 1. It's Tristan Whaley who latched on for dear life and dragged him down way inside the red zone. It's a Ray Jones first down, way inside the Chris Mayfield State Farm red zone. Marking the ball at the 3 or 2. Looks like the 2. And so here we go. The handoff, Bluford let him get in, did the work to get there. He's hitting the backfield with but one leg strong enough to drag himself across, and that is the first touchdown.
Touchdown, Rough Riders!
While we were celebrating touchdown, we heard the cheering from across the way. They snatched the ball away from Bluford and ran for a touchdown the other way. The center coaches are livid. Let me see if I can get a good shot of the discussion down there. While we were celebrating, they were running the other way for 99 yards. So the question is, did he cross before the ball was stripped. Center coaches, center crowd livid. Madisonville crowd obviously very excited. I see Wolf, and so it must be lining up for the extra point, man.
Well, I'm not sure what they're doing.
It looks like Mitch Wolf running it. There is not a touchdown on the board. So instead of touchdown, they ruled, and they never explained it to us, they ruled that it was not a touchdown, nor was it a fumble, but he was down before he got across the line. So Wolf, that was a second down and goal from the 1. We thought maybe they were going for 2. We were as clueless as you were. Third down and a little less than 1 for this team that thought they had already scored. We had already told you. Fake news. Fake. The quarterback keeps it, and he is swarmed. Madisonville absolutely knew that was coming. Good defensive play. And it's a loss of 4. Wow, how anticlimactic, counselor.
Well, this whole thing just didn't make any sense to me. This has been a strange bit of going here. Are we going to go for it, or are we going to?
Well,
I think kick the field goal.
I would definitely kick the field goal, since you've had 3 tries from the 2 and you've lost 4 of them. There is a timeout on the field. That probably is wise. We probably should do the same, counselor.
All right, we'll be right back.
People come to Covington Lumber Building and Supply because they have home construction projects, and one of those, plumbing projects. Covington's got you covered. They have the showers and the tubs to get you started, and they have all the different fixtures and lots of different choices to round out the project. Then they have the tools that you need to make the things happen. It's all yours at Covington Lumber. Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
All right, here we go. So it looks like the Riders are going to go for it. 4th down and goal here in the Chris Mayfield State Farm.
Probably not in a district game, but why not? Here in Madisonville during their homecoming. The low snap, all over him, but he keeps his foot, throws it in, and it's just a little short. Excellent play by Wolf, but just couldn't quite make the throw. Somehow or another, he kept from getting tackled. So for the second consecutive drive, Madisonville holds on 4 downs. The first one, they got the ball at the 40. This time they get the ball at the 5. And I like thinking, deep in their own territory, go ahead and
I would kick the field goal.
I would have too.
I would kick the field
goal. I would too.
I mean, if we hadn't lost so many yards on that other one, if it was still point blank, yeah, maybe. But pretty chance to run.
They have had the pass game well covered with the rush. Good success with the run, but not with the quarterback running. So from the 5, Madisonville takes over. A handoff up the middle. The Rough Riders close in, and there's a fumble. Can he get to it? He does. The Rough Riders recover right back at the 5-yard line, and that's the turnover. Boom, boom. So, see, Nick Brown knew that's what was going to happen. It's going to be a turnover. There's going to be a turnover. We're going to get the ball back, so let's try it. Mm-hmm. He's very wise.
Yes, he is. See, that's why he does it, and I don't. And I don't.
Yeah, big celebration there on the field for the guys in white, as they'll have 1st and goal from the 5 in the Chris Mayfield State Farm red zone. Boy, what a heck of a first quarter, huh?
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff happening.
7 minutes, 10 seconds gone by, give or take. And we've already had a game full of drama. Still 0-0 on the scoreboard. Rough Riders. 1st down and goal from the 5. Villegas in the backfield. He starts left, goes right. Can he outrun him? He does, but there's a flag. About the time he crosses the end zone, there's a flag. The coaches next door to us are screaming and yelling. I'm afraid they may have seen the foul. We'll see what they say.
Probably a hold on the end there, maybe.
It's against the Rough Riders. Holding on the play. And it was thrown as Villegas went across the goal line. So another tough break. It's the second time we've called touchdown, Shires, and we have no points on the board. First down again. Running to his left. Wolf throws. Caught. Number 2. But number 1 in your hearts. Looked like he might have gotten a face mask. That's what everybody's hoping for on the purple side. But it didn't happen. So there you go. That's Cooks on the reception. A sharp pass, but not much of a gain. Gain of about 3 after the holding. Second down and goal from the 12. Villegas in the backfield. 2 receivers left and right. He takes it, looks to his left, studying. Now he breaks.
Well, if he can get outside, there's plenty of space. He's gonna throw.
He wants to throw. He throws, and a defender got their hand on the ball as he let it go. So a good play from the Mustangs. You're right. He could have gotten. He couldn't have scored, I don't think, but he would have gotten some good yardage when he broke to the right, knowing I can't score. Let me hold on to it and try and make the pass. Got knocked down at the line. And so once again, after scoring, but being told no.
Right, we've scored 14.
Yeah,
2 touchdowns.
Scored 2 touchdowns, and but one was negated by a fumble right before the goal line, and then a holding.
So they're moving. It was offside,
Oh,
so
okay,
we're going to get a replay on that. So it should be going to go back to second now.
So the first real break for the they got the turnover, but they caused that. So break here instead of 3rd and 12, it's 2nd and goal at the 7.
Yep.
Quick pass over to Cooks. Can he make a man miss? He does, but they hold him up and they get to him. He couldn't quite fully get away. So that's going to be about a 2-yard gain. And once again, 3rd down at the 5, which is where the last drive stalled and this drive started. .350 and counting. Rough Riders have really dominated the time of possession. This is their 3rd possession. So far, nothing to show for it. Here on 3rd down with 2 receivers either way. Villegas with the ball. Starts left, goes right. They trip him up. Credit number 15 on the stop, Jaden Dickey, another sophomore playing defensive back.
All right, so now let's see. Here comes the big nasty package.
Okay.
Chris Wellington, it's the big nasty package.
The BNP, the big nasty package. Tell everybody what that is.
That's when Cody Atkinson comes in and plays fullback.
Mm-hmm. With some bad intentions.
Yeah.
26 seconds and counting.
Yeah, they got a long. That's a full count. 3 yards to go.
Yeah, they didn't mark it at the 2 like I was hoping. It's 4th and goal of the 3. The 3rd, 4th down of the quarter. 0 for 2 so far. Full backfield. Big nasty leads. They get past the blocker. Bluford lowers his shoulder. The whole team against Bluford, and he pushes them to the 1. So for the 3rd time, the Mustangs hold on 4th down for the 2nd time in a row in the red zone. Last time they took over at the 5, Rough Riders got a fumble. This time they take over at the 1. How many times can the Rough Riders get that close, Counselor?
I don't know. Well, that's twice. 2 or 3 times.
My goodness gracious.
No points.
Lots of drama. 2:43 to go in the quarter. Most of it spent in the State Farm red zone, but not in the end zone. First down, full backfield. Quarterback claps for it, snaps for it, across up the middle. Running back had a hole, it closed. He went to his left, closed again, but good for 5 yards. Badly needed yardage for the Mustangs. Out across the 5 to the 6, 2nd down and 5. Quick line up for the Mustangs. Snap, handoff, same play, finds the hole, gets across the 10, gets the first down, breaks a tackle. The Rough Rider secondary converges, but man, excellent running back as he, after the first hit about the 15-yard line, he breaks across to about the 23. So a really good determined run by that running back. Mustangs get out from the deep shadow of their end zone. They started on the 1. Now they're on the 21. Good set of downs by Madisonville. And here they go again. Man in motion. They hand it to the back. Straight up the middle. Clogged up beautifully by the defense. A herd of linemen and linebackers. Stop the runner for little to no. Well, 2 yards. Nope, they back up 1 yard. Second down and 9 from the 23. $1:25 to go in the first period. Here in Madisonville on their homecoming game. Rough Riders would love to return the favor Danger did us and spoil the Mustang homecoming. Second down and 9. Quarterback has it back, hands it to him. Rough Riders converge.
Good job.
Good job across the 25 to the 25.5 is where they're going to mark it. And that's going to be a full 3rd and 5.5.
Good job there by Radney, number 54. He didn't make the tackle, but he clogged it up and really mucked up the play and allowed the linebackers to come in and finish it off, which is what his job is. So
third down, let's call it 6. They got to get across the 30. Quarterback, oh, it gets past him. He can't get a hold of the snap. It goes over his head. He has to just fall on it at the 10, and that's good. So that's the kind of defense I like to play. Run into the backfield and touch him.
That's going to be a loss of what?
That's going to be a 15-yard loss. So 4th down and 21 from the 10. Nothing you can do but punt it away. Dr. Collar on the camera tonight up here in the press box with us. He has his trained on the punter. I have mine trained on Villegas as the return man. And there is a timeout on the field before the punt.
All right, we'll take one. No, it's the end of the quarter.
That's what it is. That's why. We'll take a timeout.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
So if you need a new set of tires, Center Tire's the place to go? Check. What if you just need one tire repaired? Check. But what if your car needs an oil change or it needs to be aligned? Check and check. It's all there at Center Tire.
All right, everybody, welcome back. It's time for a punt. We start the second quarter, and it's away. Deep kick. Vegas does not call for a catch.
He wanted to run it. Didn't really get a chance to as he's tackled in one of the legs of the M. Okay, well, Mr. Shires, let's do the Shires Law Firm first quarter summary. What did we just see, man?
Lots of action, no scoring.
That's right, and mostly
junior high.
Mostly Rough Rider action.
Yeah,
you're right. A la junior high. Rough Riders get a first down and have to, go for 4th down early in the game. Can't make it. Madisonville gets it, and they have to. But did we get them on 4th down? No.
They had the bad snap.
And then we get the ball and go all the way down and can't go in. Hold us on 4th down. Get a turnover, it happens again. 3 4th down stands. Now the Rough Riders with the ball at the 45, and they grab in the backfield Bluford by the top of the head, won't let him go. And good swarm tackling by the Mustangs all night tonight. The first man has rarely tackled either Villegas or Bluford, but the rest of the team gets there in time.
So 2nd and 10, right?
Yeah. One of the first times in the game, there's a penalty on the front against Madisonville, so we're going to pick up 5. I didn't see it, but it's offsides against the Mustangs. Never saw the flag nor heard him call it.
So it's going to be 1st and 5.
I like that.
Riders get a good break there.
Yep, that helps. 3 receivers to the right, but they hand it off up the middle. Bluford dancing, galloping through like a Mustang, crossed the 35 and the 30 for the first down. good for about 11 yards to the 29-yard line. And that's a Ray Jones first down.
Bluford is running with a vengeance now. He's running in a punishing manner.
Yeah. Villegas is tiptoeing through the tulips very capably, but yeah, Bluford wants to hit somebody. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Villegas in the backfield. Fake, throw over to the left, low, caught, short gain to the 25 exactly is where they're going to mark it.
So how many's, we got a flag on the play again? Is it offsides again?
Yeah.
I think it's offsides on them, so it's going to be another 1st and 5.
And there's the play. Handoff after the offsides. And there's just both teams kind of trading handoffs up the middle. Not much of a gain of 1. And there we go. Looking for a pass. Has a man in the corner. Overthrows him just a little bit. That was number 7. J.K. Barnes, the junior, open for, I mean, it would have to have been a perfect pass. But that's 3rd down now and about 4. Rough Riders have the ball on the 24-yard line, close to the State Farm red zone. In fact, they'll have to get there to get the Ray Jones first down. And now the referee is communicating with offensive pass interference to call. Boy, did you see that?
No.
That's all right. That surprises me. Offensive pass interference.
So it's going to make it 2nd down and 14?
Yeah, which, I don't know. That might be about as good. But, yeah, the Rough Riders at the beginnings of their drives have looked
19.
good.
That's a 15 pass interference.
15-yard penalty. So, yeah, 2nd and 19. Big challenge here. There's a snap. Looking over. The pass. Caught. Number 2 to the 30. But there's 2 people on him. One brought him down. No yards after the catch. Ball goes to just shy of the 30-yard line, and that's going to be, 3rd down and 12. Maybe 11. So before the penalty, it was 3rd down and 4, so things got a little more challenging. But, of course, you're in 4th down territory, so just get a gain. Don't go backwards. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He looks to the left. He doesn't find anybody, still dancing. He throws it. It's caught at the 20 in traffic. He dances, going across the field, making men miss down inside the red zone. Ray Jones first down. That's Cooks again to the 13.
Wow. You see, Wolf floating to his left is able to muscle it over, and Cooks snatches it out of the air.
Yeah, they had 3 men, but they had a lot of red jerseys there too, and he just held it until he finally found someone. Good patient play. First down in the red zone. The snap. The hand to Bluford. Now he's hit low and high by 2 Mustangs. No future there. Right there at the line of scrimmage.
We are safely in the Chris Mayfield State Farm red zone.
We are.
For all your insurance needs, call Chris Mayfield or go online. He keeps telling me what the website is, and he'll text me here in a few minutes. I believe it's I can't. Chris Mayfield, tell me so I can tell these folks where to go on the internet.
It's something.
But better yet, go to their corner right there between Timpson Highway and Tenno Highway.
Villegas with the ball, makes people miss, turning to his right, gets across the 15, gets down to about the 13, and we were in that State Farm red zone where the insurance, we kind of need some insurance.
Yeah.
It's the 4th trip down there.
Was it 3rd and what, about 8?
And 3rd, it looks like 9.
Well, anyway, Mayfield's office is that V that right there where Tenno Highway and Timpson Highway is.
If you can't decide whether you want to go to Timpson or Tenno, go to Chris.
Yeah.
There's the pass. He gets it to number 3. Number 3 lowers his head, tries to get to the 4 where the first down is. They're going to call him out of bounds.
No, they're saying he's not out of bounds.
At the 7. So J.K. Barnes, I thought he got at least to the 6.
4th and 1.
And I guess he did. They're marking the ball at the 6. So, yeah, 4th down and 1. Boy, have we seen this before.
Right, we just continue. I mean, we're going to continue. Let's just hammer it. Let's hammer this one.
The 4th first down try. 0 for 3 in the first half. And 2 of those 3 were inside the 5-yard line.
Let's watch Jenkins here and see if we can't get – we're going to throw it.
And bounces out of his hands.
Darg.
And just not to be. The fourth down in a row that the Rough Riders cannot convert. Basically dominating the game in everything but crossing the goal line and staying cross.
Yep.
2 different times crossed the goal line, and one was brought back by a fumble just shy of the goal line, and another one by a penalty. My goodness gracious. 8 minutes to go. I want you to hear what the coach has to say about the Madisonville offense.
I think we heard that. We talked about the power,
what they want to do on
power spread. I think we played that one.
Okay. What they want to do. Run right at you, and here they come again, running right at you. Good move in the backfield. Avoids the first line of tacklers. Stopped just shy of the 10-yard line. Pickup of about 5. And the Mustangs have spent a whole lot of this homecoming just trying to get out of their own end zone.
Inside of our Chris Mayfield State Farm red zone.
And what a good crowd you see in these beautiful facilities. A crowd worthy of homecoming tonight. Rough Riders, given it's such a long way away, have a pretty good crowd themselves. But quarterback, running back on either side. They hand it to number 5, who gets across.
Ooh.
Several Rough Riders meet him.
Fumble again. First pick it up.
This
Touchdown.
Time, yay. The number. Let's look for flags. Let's look for any damage. As Cooks strips the ball and gets across the goal line, and they've not stopped it yet, Mr. Shires.
Touchdown, Rough Riders.
It's really a touchdown,
With
Chris
7:27 to go. The second turnover, and this one, what do you call that? A fumble recovery for, it's not pick 6, it's a strip 6. That's it, I like that, strip 6.
Yep.
I'm going to coin that, that's mine. I'm applying for the patent on strip 6. The extra point. Wachapa up, perfect. 7-0.
All right, folks, we'll be right back. This is the Rough Rider versus the Madisonville Mustangs here on NETSN.
Over the years, most of us have collected a lot of stuff, but where is all that stuff? Down home. So when it starts piling up, you go with Down Home Storage, climate-controlled place for your down home stuff.
You know that Center Glass can fix your cracked windshield. But for the experts at Center Glass, fixing a windshield is just the beginning. Center Glass can also renovate your bathroom, turn your fixtures and shower into something entirely new and unique to your home.
Everybody, welcome back.
What?
We're talking to everybody that the sound should be fairly equal between the commercials and the thing.
But if it's not, let us know.
Yeah. We're looking at that. I'm going to turn us up just a little bit. Chris Wallington, give us a sound check.
I'm checking my mic.
Oh my, you're loud. You're louder than me for once. Oh, you know what this is? This is the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff.
It is, in fact. The second one of the night. Big kickoff into the end zone, and Wachapa outdoes himself there. Nothing to do but watch it go.
So Riders up 7-0 here.
We are halfway through the second quarter, which means we're almost to the Farmer State Bank halftime show. We'll select our Dairy Queen play of the half, and then we'll show you the Rough Rider Band and the CHS Chaparrals. Band brought to you by East Texas Automotive. The Chaparrals brought to you by Dr. Anna Shirley over in Nacogdoches. Then we'll have the colonel with the counselor for the Camp Uwani first half analysis. Then we'll have the batters scoreboard, halftime scoreboard from Matney up in the Bowles Feed Blimp. We'll close it up with an up close and personal where I get to interview the 3 drum majors for the band. Tell you more about that here in a bit. So here we go, Madisonville. Spent most of the day on defense. On offense, man in motion. Hand it to the man, and nope, they fake it. Goes the other way. I bought it. The Rough Riders didn't. They stop him at the 30, but still a good play with enough motion and uncertainty. Picks up about 7 across the 30 to the 31-yard line. I'd like to take a poll of the crowd from center tonight. How many stopped at Buc-ee's on the way in? If you didn't, how many plan to stop on the way back? Wonder what the percentage would be. Here's the snap, the handoff, right up the middle. Lowers his shoulder, has a lot of Rough Riders to shoulder through. They meet him shy of the first down. They didn't need much. They get across the 30 to about the 31. So what's that going to be, a 3rd down and 3?
Yeah, I don't think they got many yards. They might have lost a little bit.
And we get a thumbs up on the sound. Much better. That's good. And so, trying to protect the 34.5-yard line. No, actually, the 35. They got to get to the 35. They look quick. Shuttle pass, and what a great play by number 4. Who's that, Mr. Shire?
That's the Dream.
The Dream. It's one of those little flare passes, hitch passes, and he, instead of covering the player, got in the way of the ball. I thought for a second.
All right, that could have been picked off.
He saw it come in perfect position from the Dream. Knocking it down, bringing up a punt. As Villegas goes back towards his 35 to return it. There he is. And there's the punt. Gets it away. He calls for fair catch, runs under it right there at the 38-yard line.
All right, still going to see if our touchdown. We'll try our first instant replay of the season. Let's see if it works. And there we go. We see we're going to hand it off, and boom, there's a fumble right there. We pick it up and take it into the end zone. That's our replay brought to you by Center Glass. Give them a call, 598-9190.
That's how you see the world, and you see the replays with Center Glass. So at some point then we need to play that offensive.
Yeah.
but with that, the replay was way more important than hearing from Coach at that particular moment. Ball on the 38-yard line, halfway through the second quarter. Rough Riders with a 7-0 lead.
Now see if the offense can get something going.
And a quick pass over to the left. Had to go to his knee to get it, but I don't guess he was down on his knee. Squatted. And he picked it up and made it for about 6-7. Ball will be marked at the 44. Got to get between the 47 and 8. So, yeah. 2nd down and 3.5. Quick pass. 2 receivers to his left. 1 to his right.
Oh, there's a nice hole there.
Good hole.
But it closes up, but pretty quickly. But
yeah. And to my surprise, as big as that hole was, he doesn't quite make it to the first down. 3rd down and about 2 feet.
They did a good job of coming up. But there was a hole in it there initially, and Blueford went through it quickly. Oh, there's going to be that should be offsides again.
He changes direction, going to his right, cuts back into the middle. Good enough for the Ray Jones first down, unless there's a flag.
No, I clearly think that defensive lineman who keeps getting called for offsides, he must have got that one timed just right.
Okay.
But we do get the first.
Just shy of midfield. Ray Jones first down. 5 minutes to go. There's the snap. Looking to his left. Throw picked off, and he'll go all the way. Went to the well one too many times, and the same thing Vadrine almost did. That young man did it. That's number 10.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Junior Kendrick Moffitt.
We looked that one right in.
Yeah.
Looked at that one too long.
That's a quarterback playing in his 5th varsity ball game. A mistake, an experience mistake, I think, on that one. But that's the way the Mustangs look like they might have to do it, is get their defense to score, and they managed to do that. And the extra point, left-footed kicker. And it's blocked! The Rough Riders can pick it up, but they aren't able to. The kicker falls on it, and that's a heads-up play. So the Rough Riders make the play and keep the 1-point lead, Mr. Shire.
All right, very good. We'll come back right after this.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
All right, folks, here's our Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. It's going to be short. Oh, we're going to we muff it, and I think
it's going to be a fight for it. I think
we got back on it, but Lord have mercy.
Yeah, that was exactly what you hope for when you make that kick. It was a well-executed kick. Over there, you see the Center Rough Rider band on the far end of the field, getting ready to perform with the chaparrals just over to the side. While that's going on behind the goalpost, Rough Riders up 7-6. A defensive pick 6. Madisonville score, but the Rough Riders blocked the extra point. Extra point kicked by a kicker that was just a straight-on kicker style, like it was 1975, and they got to it. So here we go. Wolf in the offense. Handoff up the middle. Finds a big seam.
That's Villegas.
Villegas with one of his patented runs. Boy, he's good. He looked much that New Orleans Saint runner. Quick snap. They get up quickly. They hand it off.
Oh,
and Villegas could go.
Gone.
And there's a flag in the backfield. A flag in the backfield. He's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. But right there is the flag. And it's the type where Coach Brown already talking to him about it. That's terrible. And you hear some Rough Rider fans talking about how terrible that is. Yeah, that's the third time that there's been, that one wasn't a score, but it was a big, huge play all the way down to the State Farm red zone. Sorry, Mayfield. I don't think it's going to stand.
That's a terrible call! You got a terrible crew!
But that, just so you know, nobody in the broadcast booth is saying that. That's from someone way far away. I'm not sure where, but that's basically Shire's a 55, 45, that's a 65-yard penalty. It brings back a big, huge run and then adds 10 to it. So instead of 1st and goal, boy, the Rough Riders have been all
It's going to be second and what, about 2nd and 12?
Yeah, spot of the foul, it's not terrible. It's just we're not at the 10-yard line. We're at the 26. Snap it again. Hand it off again. Same place. Same cut. Lowers his head. And it's the same runner. Boy, you think he might be in shape? Villegas gets down across the original line of scrimmage, down close.
He's going to be about 4 yards short, I think.
Yeah, a gain of about 8. He's got to get to the 40, and that's on the 35, so it's exactly a 5-yard gain. And they hand it to him again. He's across. He just takes on a linebacker and drives him across.
That should be a first.
They're marking it across the 40. That's going to be
a Ray Jones Chevrolet first down.
What I'm talking about. So Villegas runs for 65 yards. They call him back, and in 2 plays, he runs for another 14, good for the first down. Ball on the 40, 3:26 and counting. 2 receivers each side. Quick pass over to number 3. Turns upfield. Hit, falls forward to the 49-yard line, about a yard shy of the first down. And that is Robinson, for Caden Robinson. I believe that's his first catch of the night. And they're marking him consistently about a yard shy of where I thought. So ball on the 48. 2nd and 2. Handoff. Oh, they get him low. A really good ankle tackle by number 13, Malachi Kovar, the junior. And it's going to bring up 3rd and a little less than a yard here at the 2:45 mark. And they hand it again to him, and he sniggles across the line to the 49-yard line, and another Ray Jones first down. I am going to head across the way. I'm going to summon the Colonel, Mr. Shire.
All right, very good. So Riders up 7-6. That's first down with 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go here in. We're going to hand off to Bluford. He makes a couple guys miss, and he's going to pound up, and he's going to go out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. We're going to say he got, we're going to say 2nd and 2, a long 2. The Riders with plenty of time. I think they have 2 timeouts left. Going to hand off from Bluford up the middle. He's gonna tank ahead. He's met at the line of scrimmage, but he's gonna get a couple yards enough for the first down. So yet another Ray Jones Chevrolet first down. The Riders are really starting to pile up the first downs here. We have a timeout called on the play, on the time. We've got 2 minutes exactly left on the clock. Our scoreboard's a little fast. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the last 2 minutes. Hopefully the Riders can put the ball in the end zone. Riders up 7-6.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the Pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Hope Community Medicine is a nonprofit faith initiative with the primary mission of providing quality health care to the people of East Texas, regardless of race, religion, socioeconomic status, or ability to pay. At Hope Community Medicine, they want to be the leading Deep East Texas care provider, recognized for their outstanding patient care, innovative technologies, programs, and medicines, as well as a highly motivated and distinguished staff. Hope Community Medicine, founded in faith, focused on family.
Everybody, welcome back. 1st and 10 here on the 40-yard line. Actually on the 39-yard line. Welcome to the booth, the Colonel, Mr. Matt Gregory. Welcome in.
What's going on?
Oh, we got you turned down here. Let's see.
We got to get rid of the ball.
So we're going to take a sack on that play. That is not what the doctor ordered.
It's not.
We're going to lose about 6. So we're going to say 2nd down and 16.
Flats were totally vacated. If we can get the ball out there, we got to play either side.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh.
We had 2 guys in one spot.
Anyway, I thought Wolf was going to get sacked there. I mean, we had a guy come free, and then he throws it over the middle just in time. And luckily, we had a kid playing in the secondary. That's why he plays on defense, not offense, for the Mustangs. And it's an incomplete pass. It brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, we got to stop this run through. It's happening on runs and passes on inside the A gaps there.
Yep.
Try to figure out where it's coming from.
There we go. We're going to roll out.
Here we
We're
go.
gonna throw. Get some yards back. We're still going to be 3rd and 10.
We had a little late hit on our quarterback there. Kid took about 2 steps after we threw it. We got a flag on the play. Be interesting to see what this is. Typically, the last 2 on their sidelines have been against us. They're going to call us for an ineligible man downfield. I'm pretty sure the far sideline made that call.
Well, we'll see what happens here.
He signaled to the white hat. He tapped his head, which should indicate an eligible man downfield.
Well, they have an interesting decision if that is the penalty, whether they're going to take it or not. Or is that a loss? That's a loss of down.
That's a loss of down.
Yeah, so they would take it.
Yeah, and you can bet the Madisonville staff called that penalty. There he goes, an ineligible man downfield.
All right, so that will be a loss of down, so it's going to go back.
Yeah, the optics here are really bad where he picks his flag up and he's, having another conversation with him. Riders have overcome it before, though. Let's do it again. Kids are playing hard. They're resilient tonight.
Yep.
Their counselor looking good.
Yeah, a lot of things wrong. Okay.
Let's make a play here, man.
Okay, so they're not saying it's. I thought that would be loss of down. I thought ineligible man downfield was loss of down, but apparently not here. So that's fine. Are they going to talk about that?
I don't know. Ball's in play. They declined the penalty. What are we doing here? Fourth down?
No, they didn't decline the penalty. They took the penalty.
The Whitehead just waved his arms like he declined it.
Yeah, but they've marked it back. They marked it. They took the penalty. There's just the utter confusion here, because I think it's going to be 4th down and 15. Because I think it's a loss of down.
But the white hat went back here and waved his hands like it was declined.
But where they've marked it, because
it should be up. 4th. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Okay, so they declined the penalty.
Yeah.
So, which I don't understand that, because like I said, unless it's different in high school.
It's like we're going to punt the ball.
Yes, we probably should.
4th and 13 after declining the penalty for center. Timeout.
You know, that's a very finite call on a play that quick, Stephen.
Yeah, that's true.
You really have to be cued into that. And then it's a 3-yard cushion.
Yep.
Interesting call.
All right, so we do have a timeout. We'll take one. Oh, it just took the officials a long time to get all this sorted out. We didn't want to go away. We're going to hear from one sponsor, and we'll be back.
The team at McAdams Propane is committed to fueling generations of East Texans. And the work Billy Bob and Lisa McAdams started is growing under Josh's leadership. What began in Center has grown into Livingston and Marshall, Henderson and Carthage. For propane, it's McAdams.
All right, so here we go. Minute 16 to go here in the half. Riders with a 1-point lead, 4th down and 12, and a punt on the way.
Snap, punts off, good punt.
Nice punt, deep.
Good pursuit. Rider just got blocked in the back.
Be good.
That's all right.
Get it down 10, where the Mustangs will take over. They do have some timeouts, so they do have the ability to try to move the football. We will keep it here.
104 left.
Yeah, 104. I got it. Well, I got 107. We'll move it down to 104.
Tell you what, great response by the Riders this week. They look a lot sharper. Look like their chili's good and hot.
Yep.
Playing better football, playing way better defensive football. And offensively, we've been moving the ball well. We've been in the end zone several times.
Yes.
Just only one's counted.
That's right. By the defense at that.
That's right.
So we're going to see what the Mustangs do if they've got some kind of way.
Counter inside. There we go. We got a flag coming in late from the Madisonville sideline. Do you want to put a pepper on it?
No, I figured it'd be on us.
And it'll be something that is very hard to see from the sideline, I would have wagered to say. Yeah, they're signaling against the Riders.
Let's see what the white ad has to say here.
No, it's against Madisonville. It looked like he either signaled hold or personal foul. Either way, he had very little to say.
They're going to talk about it.
Yeah. He may have forgot which way he was facing. Trying to figure out what's the need for the powwow here. You think they're deciding on wedding shower gifts?
Maybe so.
Curtain
Maybe
rings.
they know that I'm headed out of state tomorrow, and they want to make this game as late as
we
possible.
had a record-breaking first quarter.
Yes.
Where are you going tomorrow, Counselor?
I'm going to Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, I love that town.
We're going to go and see. We're going for all my family. We each have something we're going to do. Going to a museum for my son Keelan.
Plenty of those.
For my wife, we're going to Salem.
Nice.
And then tomorrow night, last game of the regular season, the Red Sox
Nice.
versus the Tigers.
Make sure you visit the Green Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
And read the inscription above.
Which may mean something for the Astros because the Tigers and the
We'll go get a
Astros
low
are right
snap.
there.
We're going to get good. We got them bottled up. Good job by the
Yep.
Riders. And clock's going to keep ticking. I think this far back in their zone, I think Madisonville's going to be content to maybe take a shot, but go ahead and get in the half.
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't make any sense to.
Riders have been in the end zone a couple times. Only one's counted. They may be saying, hey, we're going in 7-6. We're feeling good about that. Let's regroup and come out.
Now, given how the game has gone with the turnovers, the way they've happened, and the way the Riders have controlled the game, Madisonville has to feel really good about being down only 7-6.
Right. And I like that we're keeping two safeties high. They're going to run that power inside. Riders are there. Good job bottling it up. There we go. What we got here?
They're going to call a timeout with 3.
No, there's a flag on the play.
Okay.
Who's that against? So one of our kids came in late, and then one of the Madisonville kids grabbed him. I don't know who that's going to be on. Personal foul against the Riders.
Well, if there's time to get one, it's when they're deep in the end zone with 3 seconds to go. So
we got some people watching out there in Riderland, and they have the benefit of self instant replay, and they're going back and checking some of these penalties, and they're a bit perplexed.
Well, you know as well as I do, Colonel. That's just part of the game sometimes.
Yeah, but when it's affecting the outcome, that's when it's a problem. Let the kids play. Keep it fair. Keep an even, safe playing field.
Well, all right, that's going to do it for the half. The Riders, I mean, it's kind of a bizarre half. 2 touchdowns scored, both defenses. Riders had the football, and really played the ball down. The ball game's been played on Madisonville's end of the
pretty much has
end of the field. It's going to be time for our former State Bank halftime show, which will begin here in a few minutes.
Behold the chicken fried steak sandwich. This particular chicken fried steak sandwich can only be found at Diamond League Cafe in Center, Texas. And it pairs very well with seasoned fries and sweet tea. And if you're lucky, there'll be some of that Nana's banana pudding to go along with it. Get by Diamond League Cafe in Center and see the wonderful folks and all the wonderful menu items for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Welcome, everyone. The first half is over, so now it's time for the former State Bank halftime show. First on the schedule, East Texas Auto Motor brings us the Center High School Band's performance, followed by Dr. Anna Shirley's presentation of Shelby County Sweethearts, the Chaparrals. And then the Colonel, Matt Gregory, brings us Halftime analysis brought to you by Camp Pewanee Youth Camp. Then finally, Blair's Poultry Supply brings us up close and personal with the CHS Band's drum majors. And now, the 12th Earl of Yorkshire, the Counselor Stephen Shires.
You're watching Game 5 of the Rough Rider season. The Rough Riders travel to Madisonville to take on the Mustangs, live from Mustang Stadium.
Welcome, everybody. It's the Farmer State Bank halftime show here. Our Dairy Queen play of the half. What do you think, Colonel?
You know, it's hard. It's hard to say. You know, I'm going to say, just because the fragile nature of the human psyche, the first possession of Madisonville.
Yep. No, you're good. Keep talking.
The first possession of Madisonville, they had a 3rd and 3. And the Rider defense came up and made a stop for no gain to force a punt.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that right there did more for the Rough Riders' confidence than any big play. We've had big runs all year. We had a couple tonight. We certainly have had you could simply say, the fumble recovery for a touchdown, which has given us the lead. But I think that is a product of the confidence our kids gained in that big stop early in the game.
That's what we'll go with then, the big return. We also have, we'll go back and look at that fumble recovery again. We'll see here. If we get outside, not really much of a game, but then we just pop him hard, pick it up, and put it in the end zone.
But I'm going to tell you right now, our kids pep in their step and the straightness of their spines increased tenfold after that third and short stop.
No, I agree. No, I was going to show that, but I agree with you.
Yeah.
I remember that because early on in Madisonville, they had converted, and they start getting on a roll.
Yep. And you get on a roll, and then it gets down the field, and you start thinking, well, the field's getting shorter. But we held them to 3 and out, and we moved the ball early. So
let's save a little bit for the Camp Pewanee analysis. But so we saw the Center High School Twirlers perform there. This is the pride of Shelby County, the Center High School Marching Band, brought to you tonight by East Texas Automotor, the official auto repair shop of the Rough Rider radio team. We get
let me track them.
Yeah, let's see, because we got Dr. Collard's taking a quick break.
We got that bar in the way there.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can't do this real quick. Here we go. I think we're good. There we go. Yep, we're good.
There we go. There we go. So now we got it. So this is the pride of Shelby County, the Center High School Marching Band. Colonel, every week they add a little more to their drill.
They sure do. Building up towards competition. We're a couple weeks out. I noticed last week they put the unis on.
Yep.
Here we are this week.
I did both as long as I could. I couldn't do at some point. There's only so many classes in the day you had to choose. But I enjoyed my time in the band. Of course, we had a cool band director. We had Doyce Grant was our band director.
Okay.
And somebody is still a friend today.
That's good.
But the center band, it was still huge for 3A.
How many members when you were in there, Steve?
About 140.
And you were on the drum line, right?
No, I played trumpet and baritone.
Sounds about right for a boy your size.
Yeah. I only got to march 1 year, though.
Did you have any solos?
No.
So we shouldn't stick you out there and let you play the Star Spangled Banner on there.
Well, I could probably do that.
All right. Here we go.
And I think they call that the flying arrow.
Looks like a flying chevron or something.
Yeah, maybe that.
All the above.
But the Smiths have been here for a long time.
They sure have, and
glad to have them.
They've really built and developed the program.
Yeah.
And there's becoming a premium. Now they say that Some will tell you that the military marching scene is starting to dwindle. I'm here to tell you that there is a high demand out there as the population of Aggies continues to grow across the state. I know you don't want to hear that, but I've been privy to some conversations that the military marching scene is going to be having a resurgence, and we are fortunate to have Chris and Christina Smith and their staff working with our kids.
Yeah, we've done the military style. I mean, since I was a kid. I mean, I don't know who decided that.
Right.
But it was decided a long time ago. But, the military march style is, in my opinion, better.
I was about to say the same thing. For my entertainment, the discipline and the precision of what these kids are doing right now is beyond the word entertainment for me. I'm just in awe of it.
Yeah. When you get to play an actual march, I don't think that I call them the Tinker Toy bands. The other ones. I don't think they play marches.
I've always wondered, and I'm not being critical. I'm just being curious. If you have a marching band, why do you need to bring a sound system?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's a good question.
Our marching band fills the stadium up with sound perfectly.
When you get like that, and you can bring them in tight block formation and really get that compact sound.
That's right.
Really great.
Or
of course, on the other,
if you're just on the business end of them horns, it's pretty loud.
Yeah. Of course, on the other side, thankfully, this doesn't happen with the riders, but I mean, those things can be. If you mess up, it's a huge calamity.
Right. I've never seen that. Not. I'm sure it's happened in practice, but because it's happened in practice and the volume of practice that they do, that's why it hasn't happened in a performance. And we better knock on something real quick.
Yeah.
See, that's just impressive right there. Yeah. The planning, the detail, the organization, and then the communication and the teaching that have occurred for what we're seeing right here.
In the old days, they used graph paper, and I'm sure it's some kind of computer program now.
And charted it out.
Yeah.
See, now we're getting in tight again.
Yep.
You have about a third of Center High School in a 5-yard box right there.
Yeah.
And nobody's hitting each other.
Nope.
And they've taught them that double step. When the kids realize that they're not quite and see, they double step and they get right back in. And it's just when you spot it, it's like, man, that's taught.
Yeah.
That's taught because it's just really cool. And here you go. The drum majors are making their way from their long tour, and they will all sync up perfectly right here at the 50-yard line.
Folks, that's the pride of Shelby County, the Center High School Marching Band. We'll hear from East Texas Automotor, which brings us the band, and when we come back, it'll be the Sweethearts of Shelby County, the Center High School Chaparrals.
When it's broken, it's got to be fixed. You've got to get from one place to the next. But wouldn't it be great if you didn't have to take out a loan to get it repaired? Don't worry, there's East Texas Auto.
Here at East Texas Auto, you can be reassured that your vehicle will be well taken care of and serviced, as communication and transparency are our #1 drivers.
Find them on Highway 96 North.
And now, enjoy the CHS Chaparrals.
All right, so folks, we're going to see now, brought to you by Dr. Shirley.
A little too tight.
There we go, it's me. All right, so there we are. Last time we were in a away game, we had Chase Mayfield in here.
Yeah.
Calling, and he kind of got himself in a bind talking about the chaparrals. We had some complaints online, and I explained to everybody. We apologize for that.
Yeah.
But the discipline for that was being handled in-house because since his sister is the chaparral sponsor.
Yeah. In-house. Yeah, I imagine Chase didn't have a moment's peace for a good while.
That's right.
Imagine Courtney didn't.
Well, he started talking. I
didn't let him go gently into that. Good
I kind of looked at him. I was going, how is he going to get himself out of this one?
He's not.
And he did not.
He did not.
It could have been worse. But we see these young ladies work very hard. We're very proud of them. I mean, they start well before school starts, and they're practicing and going to camps, and it's just a fun thing to watch. Whether it's our ladies, the Kilgore high steppers or whatever they're called, or when we go to New York City and go to the Radio City Music Hall, it's just fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Watch these performances.
And our girls do a great job.
They do.
And the leadership does a great job getting them ready. From palm routines down to costume and routine, they do a great job. I'm going to highlight something here at the end of this, Steve.
All right.
A little peek behind the curtain.
We always like that.
Yeah. Outstanding.
And there we are, folks. That's the Sweethearts of Shelby County, the Center High School Chaparrals. Do you want to take the peek now, or do you want to do it after the break?
Let's do it after the break.
All right, we're going to hear from Dr. Shirley, who brings us our chaparral.
This is the office of Dr. Anna Shirley. This is Dr. Anna Shirley. Along with Dr. Nicole Fishbeck and their amazing staff, it's easy to see why they were voted best in Nacogdoches. From the modern exam rooms to their comfortable lobby, when you're at Dr. Anna Shirley's office, it feels like home.
Farmers State Bank, un nombre que conoces y en que puedes confiar. Somos sus vecinos y compañeros comunitarios. Estamos comprometidos a cumplir sus necesidades financieras, proveyendo soluciones bancarias para sus préstamos, hipotecarios, comerciales o personales. Con 120 años de servicio a nuestra comunidad, somos parte de sus rodeos, hipotecas y festivales locales. Queremos que sepas que estamos aquí para ayudarte. Visítenos en fsbctx.bank o ven a vernos hoy. Farmers State Bank, mejorando vidas y cumpliendo sueños.
Welcome back. It's the Farmer State Bank halftime show. It's the counselor here, live with the Colonel. Doesn't get any better with the Colonel and the counselor in one place. So Colonel, you were talking about, you teased us.
The peek behind the curtain. So
yes.
I told you to remember 1553, right?
1553,
and
yes.
I currently want to point out it's 1406. So the peek behind the curtain is, you would be surprised, but there are many late summer, early school year conversations among district, not school district, but UIL district schools about half times and halftime.
Oh yes, you would know. Yeah,
I've been in many of them, and basically half times are 28 minutes, which gives each school 14 minutes to execute their plan. Well, the Riders exited the field having performed 3 groups at 15 minutes and 53 seconds. That left 15 minutes and 53 seconds for the other team, the home team, to perform.
So we gave them 1 minute and 53 seconds.
Extra. And they were pretty much in place by 14:08. And here it is, 13:19, and they have yet to begin their performance. So I would like to just point out that the Riders have never gone over the 14 minutes at halftime.
Yes.
The Smiths are very conscious of that, and he will tell you to the second when he'll be exiting the field. He said, my band performance is 7 minutes and 13 seconds. The Twirlers will be out there for approximately 53 seconds, and then the Chaparrals another 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and then we'll be out the field. And he can tell you to the second.
Well, see, that's the kind of precision that a military marching style requires.
And we're down to almost 12 minutes, and they've yet to start.
Well,
maybe
they have a shorter thing. Yeah, so it's time for our expert analysis. which is brought to you by Camp Uwani. We actually now have a Camp Uwani. Well, what's the tagline for Camp Uwani?
Oh, it's a better youth arises and the fun never sets.
There we go.
And a part of my heart will always be at Camp Uwani.
That's right. So let's talk. You want to talk offense or defense first?
Dealer's choice on that.
Let's go defense first.
All right. I would say what I've noticed defensively, like I said, we were talking earlier about the play of the game, and I said it was that first third down that we faced.
Yeah, yes. I agree with you. I remember that play.
Yeah, because our kids' confidence, you could see in the way they were carrying themselves in the field, our kids' confidence shot vertical quite a bit, and it led to a lot more big plays. And obviously, the fumble creation and the fumble recovery. We created 2 fumbles, really. Actually, 3.
Yep.
They recovered one. I believe Jace Radney recovered one down here, and then obviously we recovered one for a touchdown here. So those plays are a product of that third down stop and the confidence that our kids got in what they were doing. I want to credit, the coaching staff and the kids worked this week to making the adjustments they need to make to put themselves in a better position. So,
well, Coach said during the Nick Brown coach show, Coach said that on Sunday the coaching staff had a real come to Jesus meeting.
That's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that in a critical manner at all. Kids care, the coaches care too, and sometimes people lose sight of that. And when you sit down and things aren't going your way, everybody who's an adult in this world has to take a look at themselves and figure out what we can do better. So I like to hear that we had a real good conversation about what we can do better. To put our kids in a good situation where we can get more productivity out of them, and we can be playing better defense.
Right, and he had said that they had Monday and Tuesday had really good practice.
I know.
Of course, he said that they had great practices the week at Dangerfield.
May have, but sometimes the specter of homecoming puts a little damper on things. Not that homecoming isn't a good thing. But we are talking about, in some cases, 15-year-old boys here, 16-year-old boys.
Yeah,
they're easily distracted. So keeping them focused may be a challenge at times. But I think defensively we've played much better within the framework of what we're trying to do.
Right.
Our secondary's been involved. Our front's been doing a great job controlling line of scrimmage. Flipping the script to offense, if you're
let's go ahead.
Go to offense. We've had some great success attacking the edges with the running game. They've gotten us a few times with some run through inside. That is, you see those plays for a loss where the guy shoots through, but those are the easiest possible things in the world to correct. And let me tell you why. Because if that happens, that means there's a double team somewhere. And I don't know if you guys watch Monday Night Football. You may have watched Monday Night Football. There were a lot of end zone shots of offensive linemen double teaming, and you see one guy has his eye on that linebacker, and the linebacker steps up. He pushes off that down lineman and steps to that linebacker. And that's all the correction is hey, get your eyes up. Feel the down guy, see the linebacker. If you're not the covered guy and you're helping out, feel that down guy, see the linebacker. When he comes up or he shoots the gap, push off, block him. We do that, and with these 2 guys that we have in the backfield, that 3-yard gain turns into a 30-yard, maybe a touchdown.
Yeah, in old days we called that a combo block.
It's a combo block.
You come off you double team. You get the movement, and then the stake player then takes over, and then
post and drive.
The post player.
Drive,
and then the other guy peels off. And
it's the same old stuff, Steven. And you know what? Because we like to reinvent things, give them a new name, and then sell it in a new package. Today they call those duos.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Back in my day, we called it zone combinations.
Yeah, exactly.
Zone combinations. And it depends if you're inside or outside, which linebacker you work to. That's what we're calling it the snap. We're going wide, we're going to go to this guy. Inside, we're going to go to this guy. But the adjustment there for that run-through that we've been seeing is just get your eyes up.
Yeah, and get
feel
off
the down
faster,
guy. Feel the down guy. See the linebacker. If he's coming to you, push off. Go get it. And the other guy's got to take it over. So, like I said, there's not a doubt in my mind that was worked ad nauseum this week. It's just getting in the game and getting in the swing of things. Okay, now we've seen it live because it's sometimes hard to see live. Now we've seen the speed of it live. Do what you're supposed to do, guys.
That's right. Well, Colonel, as always, it's a pleasure. Glad to have you up here. Great high-level analysis as always. Thank Camp Uwani, which sponsors you and brings you up. We'll hear from them when we come back. It's going to be up close and personal time with Borders.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
Right there in your screen are our 3 drum majors. I'm going to get them to introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Mary Lee Call. Hi, I'm Azul Figueroa.
Hi, I'm Elijah Leon.
Okay, and together you are the drum majors. That means you guys work together, I guess, similar to like a flute section or a tuba section, but I've never been a drum major. I have no idea what it is you do except for blow a whistle. So I want y'all to kind of explain it to me. Mary, is this your second year?
Yes, sir.
How is it different this year than last?
My first year I was a bit nervous on leading the band since I'm like the face of the band. And since this is my second year, I've like my nerves calmed down since I'm kind of used to leading the band now.
Yeah, and this is your first or second year?
This is my second year.
Okay, so do you kind of agree with her?
Yes, I agree with her.
Last year at contest, how did that feel? You're marching out with the band behind you, and you've never done this at contest before. How, on a level of 1 to 10, what was your nerve level?
Like an 8.
Okay.
Yes.
Would you say about 8, or were you nervous?
It was like 6, 7.
Okay. What about you? This is your first year.
This is my first year.
Okay, so hey, you two, is he any good? Does he do all right?
He does all right.
Okay. Elijah, tell me what it is you do. When the drill is going on, what are you doing in your head? And what's your deal?
Well, obviously we're counting and following along to the music to know where we're supposed to do our turns to lead the band.
So it's a counting thing. So do you guys have like numbers memorized? I have to count to X and turn, then I count to Y and blow whistle for everybody else. That's the way it works? How long does it take you to be confident in that?
It depends on the person. Yes, really. It just depends. We've done it for 2 years, so
Yeah.
we're pretty confident in our math.
Are you confident by now? Like this
By
is
now, yes.
by
By now, I think it took me like about 2-3 weeks
Okay.
to get to this level.
Oh, that's great. When is contest?
When is contest?
Okay, so you got a month. All right. Well, good. We'll talk to you after contest, and I wish you guys luck.
Thank you.
When you need supplies for your poultry farm, remember Borders Poultry Supply on Highway 87 South here in Center. The folks at Borders Poultry are ready to help you with parts for your brooders, chore time and rock cell feeders, and new drinker systems. Do you need a new incinerator? Are you ready for a new litter barn or compost shed? Do you need some updates on your poultry farm? Call 598-6297. Borders Poultry Supply, builders of quality poultry houses.
All right, everybody, welcome back. It's the Farmers State Bank halftime show. It's time for the Batters halftime scoreboard. And we're trying to get Jay Matney on the phone.
He is there. Are you there, Jay Matney?
I sure am.
Awesome.
And I'll tell you what, on top of a soda machine, did y'all send up the fajita catering team?
We sent some
That's a
fajitas.
surprise. It was a surprise for me.
I didn't know.
This is great.
Yes.
Thank you, Counselor. That's
Yes.
very nice.
It's from the Longhorn Catering Group.
From the Longhorn Catering Group, Jay. Isn't that exciting?
Oh, exhilarating.
From a Longhorn to an Aggie. Tell us about what's going on in other scores.
Yes, sir. So we have a couple of blowouts and a couple of good games.
Okay.
First off, Carthage is up 35-0 on
Right.
Jasper at halftime.
Okay.
And Henderson is up 43-14 against Palestine. Palestine, excuse me. So, and then we have the Pittsburgh Pirates up 17-7 with 2 minutes left in the third.
That's good.
And last but not least, the
Yeah.
Shelbyville Dragons lead the Price Carlisle Indians 24-21 with about 9 minutes left in the third
That's
quarter.
what we expected. Going down to the wire.
Yep.
What about Major League Baseball? Any word?
Yes, sir. So the Rangers beat the Guardians. Final score 7-3.
All right, so that's That's potentially helpful for
the Astros.
For the Astros.
Potentially.
Yeah.
And good for the Tigers.
The Astros are even at 0-0 in Anaheim against the Angels.
Pretty early in the game, though.
Top of the second inning.
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
sir.
Well, man, thank you, and be careful on the way back to wherever you're landing that thing, and we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
All right, folks, that's our batters scoreboard going up to the Bowles Feed Blimp. Glad to have Bowles Feed back. I was talking to somebody today about I've got a bamboo problem.
Oh, yeah.
A cane problem. And Dr. Ken Bowles has the medicine for that. I just got to go by and see him. So for all these unique needs, agricultural needs,
It's all there.
go see Ken Bowles. And of course, if your case matters, call batters.
Got to be batters. We've learned that over the years.
All right, it's time to close the sucker out. We're here from Farmers Bank, and we'll.
Before we do, I want to say a big thank you to Borders and guest Courtney, our cheerleaders and our drum majors. That's what I meant to say in our segment in Elite Hair Design, East Texas Auto Motor, Dr. Shirley, and Borders Poultry, Farmers State Bank. We'll be back for the second half.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
Hey, Rough Rider fans. The halftime show from Farmers State Bank is over. The kids have gone out and thrown the ball around in the yard. But now it's time to get back to the third quarter. And your host, Stephen Shires.
Everybody, welcome back. It's time for the Ray Jones Chevrolet Keys. It's funny, in our expert analysis, the Colonel talked about the fact that the play of the game was not the touchdown play, but it was earlier, and I remember it's where we stoned them on a second down and short.
Yeah.
And it really set the tone. So we need to do this again. Again, we cannot let them get on a roll and get rhythm in that power running game. We have to do what we did in the first half, and that's just shut that thing down. Fix the problems on offense, and we should be able to bring this one home.
And the offense has dominated, way more yards, more time of possession, but neither offense has scored a touchdown. Both defenses with one. The difference in the game, a blocked extra point.
Got to finish. Riders need to finish.
Get across the 5 and then into the end zone.
Let's
That's
pop
exactly
these
right.
peppers.
Pop a pepper as we have the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. Oh, that's a good beverage.
Yep.
Left to right.
It's going to be returnable.
And
there's a huge hole.
Big hole to the 40. It's a foot race. Beautiful tackle.
Nice play by Villegas. Number 22, Villegas.
Yes, sir.
That was what you call a touchdown saving tackle right there.
The guy ran a 65-yard play to the 10. It was called back, but that time, instead of getting a touchdown, he saved one.
That was 6 points.
That's right.
That was worth 6 points.
Still a good return. Ball at the 46-yard line of the Rough Riders. And Madisonville over on the far side as they break the huddle. And we'll begin the second half. First play of scrimmage from the 44-yard line. Hope you enjoyed the Farmers State Bank halftime show. Good performance from the band.
It was.
And they crowned their homecoming queen at halftime. Here we go. First play. Quarterback Cade Campbell takes the snap, hands it off.
Nope, he does not.
He throws it.
They throw it
after a fake,
outside.
a little flare pass, and only about 2 yards. So I was completely snookered, but the Rough Rider defense was not, as Gage, the dream of Vadrine over there in coverage.
You like that eye candy, Chris Wallington.
Zacchaeus Villegas also over there.
Yes. So Did they have George Clooney here at halftime?
They did. That was announcing the Center High School band.
Yes.
I would get over there.
Maybe did he go to school here? Is he here for homecoming?
It was a Madisonville guy. Yeah, George Clooney. And low snap, hand off to the man coming around, but no, thank you.
The captain.
How about the captain, Gregory? Grant Gregory, number 15, saw that one a mile away and put a stop to it. Kara, I hope you and Pat and Linda and the Adams and Gregory gang saw that. That was, I mean, it's only the third play of the half, but it was the play of the half so far.
That was a big play because that.
Was a big. Third down and about 12 now. They got to get across the 45. Looking to pass. Had time. Oh, knocked away by Vadrine again. Intended for number 12, Eli Williams. The sophomore never had a chance. Vadrine was all over it.
Yeah, and pressure again by Jace Radney coming off the edge, or coming around. He's a defensive lineman, but he was on the edge, and he hurried that throw. And great defense by the Riders here. They're going to set up fourth down and a punting situation.
He gets the punt away, and it looks good. Yeah, one of those smart punts, smart play, as Villegas just lets it go. No return, and it's down at the 10-yard line.
So the Riders were going to come out with their first possession of the half. And I got to make a trip to Shell Mooney soon to get some. I got to restock all my goodies.
Okay, like what?
Our crock pot mixes. I told you about Thunder Chicken.
Yeah.
And all these other things. But they've got also some of these like baked good things. You muffin mixes. Really good. Good to have as it starts cooling off. Make you some hot pumpkin type muffins and take them out.
It's not quite fall weather, but it's cooling down into, I just know it's going to be here. First snap of the game for the Rough Riders. Wolf keeps it, goes to his left. Can he get around? He goes all the way to the
he
dropped it. Did they pick it up before it got out of bounds?
I think it's out of bounds. Let's see what they're calling.
And the quarterback just kept it and must have been knocked out of his hands about the time he was fixing to round the corner. No gain.
No, there's a gain. About 4 yards.
Okay, that's right. I couldn't see that first pylon, the first down marker. You're right. Pretty good gain. And we dodged a bullet. Low snap. Hand off to Bluford. He's caught in the backfield by the arm. Somehow or another, he spins away. That may be the best 4-yard run you'll ever see. What an unbelievably strong man.
Right.
Bluford's
been a bludgeoning instrument all game long, but that was just effort, singular effort to make something out of nothing.
I mean, how do you do that? That's just so much strength. They had him, a player strong himself with his whole body weight, yanking down on that shoulder, and he didn't just go down, stay up. He managed somehow to surge forward. Really nice play by Bluford. But it wasn't a first down. 3rd down and 2. Got to get to the 20. Delayed handoff. He prances into the line. It's filled. He gets a little yardage, but he's not going to make the 20.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see where they mark it. It is right on the line.
Well, that's right. The far judge looks like he might mark it on the 20. No, it's going to be just a little bit short. Let me zoom in, Shires. Get a shot of this where they marked the ball.
I think I'd go for it if I.
Can you believe that? It's got the nose of the ball has got to get to the 20. That's what they have. 4th down and literally inches. They're bringing in the punt. That's probably the best. That's definitely the safest, but man, that's tempting. But we were 0 for 4 on 4th down in the first half.
Bring somebody up and take the snap. There's a hole, but we're going to punt it away. After the way the defense has been playing, it's going to be a good punt. It's going to take a great rider bounce.
Yeah. Ends up being a mighty fine punt down to about the 37-yard line where the Rough Riders will take over. I'm sorry, where the Mustangs will take over with their second possession of the half.
We'll be right back.
You know that Ace Hardware of East Texas is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trips. Fun things to wear when you go outside. For the 4th of July barbecue, to the housewarming in the fall, to your Christmas shopping and clothes for all year long, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place of East Texas.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
All right, welcome back. They're going to swing it out to the right. Have some good blocking. We miss the tackle, and they're still going. Best play of the game, but then he gets popped by. We need to say who?
The Big Nasty makes him pay at the end, but it's probably their best
offensive play of the game.
Which it was a good play, not a great play. That should give you some idea as to how well this Rough Rider defense is playing tonight. They've pitched a shutout. The only score was a pick six. Defensive score. First down, though, from the 42-yard line. Handoff, man around, in motion. Number 1 takes the ball around the corner, gets across the 40 and the 35, will be marked at the 34-yard line. A good gain on first down of about 7. Second down and 7.
Second and 3.
Did I say second and 7?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. They gained 7. 10 minus 7 is 3. Bring in the kids for a lesson there.
It's a short 3, a long 2. And it's second down, so they've got a lot of, they got the whole playbook is open to them here.
Yeah. Defenses don't like this down and distance. Campbell fakes it, keeps it, right up the middle. A conservative play, but an effective one, as he will get just across. Well, it's going to be close to a first down.
I gave it to him. I figured he had it easy.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. Yep, they're going to be first down.
Yeah, wasn't sure. But again, Rough Rider defense real stingy. It doesn't look like Madisonville has a big passing game. Madisonville, the number 27 or 8 team in the state. Rough Riders falling at number 34, so definitely apples to apples here as the two teams are similar. The fake handoff, they're all over the quarterback when he tries to throw. It's going to be ruled an incomplete pass, but it was close to a fumble. Boy, he had like less than a second to get rid of that one. Man, well done, well played by them Rough Riders. Second down and 10. And just a completely different looking defense, the one that we saw struggling to tackle against Dangerfield. Obviously, Dangerfield has some talented people in homecoming, but this group does too, highly touted. Handoff to number 5, breaks a hole, gets through until he gets to the 30, and caught from behind by number 23, is it?
No, that was Atkinson again.
What was it? It looked like an Atkinson play as he catches him from behind and throws him down. It looked like he was getting up some steam, Counselor.
It was. They tried to block that up. We thought we slipped through it. Thought maybe Radney might make the tackle, but he gets by him, but then he is brought down quickly by Atkinson.
So a big third down, probably in 4-down territory, but 3rd down and 8 from just at the 30. The snap, the fake, the pass. Not intercepted. And who is that? That's the Dream.
That's the Dream. Gage for Dream.
He's knocked down 2, and now he gets to take one with him. Beautifully done. Yes, sir. He's making a definite play on player of the game, and it's just been all over the place when it counts on defense, and that defensive sideline pretty excited.
Let's have a quick look at it. I think I got it captured.
Make it happen.
Oh, we saw the end of it there. We see Gage. Like I was a little late on the call, but that is our center glass replay.
Thanks to center glass. Rough Riders, quick pass out to number 7. He gets around. There's a flag thrown in the defensive backfield. He gets close to the first down, but we'll have to check and see what the officials will have to say about it. Yeah. His back was to us, but I think that's a hold, and given who threw the flag and where and what direction the flag was coming, that's usually holding. So, a good play, probably a first down. We'll back it up. But kind of a neat break. The hold happened at exactly 10 yards from the line of scrimmage, bringing up a new first down and 10. The snap. The handoff, boy, he's met in the backfield. Bluford has nowhere to go as he's got 4 or 5 Mustangs, an entire herd, and you just can't bust your way through that. They had that play read perfectly. That's a really good defensive play.
So second down and 10.
Man in the backfield for Wolf. 3 receivers to the right. He's back. Look at man chasing him. He didn't know it. Caught from behind and brought down. Another good play. This by number 15, Jaden Dickey. Yeah, Wolf didn't know he was there, was running. I'm glad he didn't put the ball back to throw because it might have been snatched right out of his hands for a fumble. But it's a loss of a solid 4 or 5. Let's call it 5. Second down and 15. Gain 10. Holding penalty brought it back. First and 10 again.
Third down and 16 for center.
2 plays later, it's 3rd and 15. There's the snap. He's back.
Screen pass.
Screen pass, and they had it busted up brilliantly. Number 14 bringing down Bluford. Was there a flag drop?
Yeah, there's another flag, and it's going to be it's going to be offsides on Madisonville, so that'll be helpful for the Rough Riders. We'll get that third down play over again with it being a little more manageable. They've got a player that is anticipating the snap count, and
he's been doing well, but that one he just missed. So
I think he's gotten away with a couple.
Yeah, I think so too. So it's back to the exact place that this series started. 3rd down and 10 from the 47. Snap's good. Looking downfield, big throw, threw it behind him. His receiver either turned a little too late or Wolf thought he was turning a little too soon. Incomplete pass, 4th down and 10, and play the field position game as we get ready to punt with 4:49 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Got JBI Insurance, Mr. Wallington, Joe Bill Matalier Insurance.
Yeah. If you are a poultry farmer, if you own a mobile home, any of those things, he's your insurance guy. The punt was a bad snap, but a great punt. Will they be able to keep it from going? Oh, yes. Yeah. This is just going to be as good a punt as you'll ever want. Ball down to the 6-yard line, and it could have been disastrous. Well, that's what you get insurance for.
That's right.
To protect against disaster.
I'll tell you what, the JBI insurance agent there was Wolf. He kept a player from. I guess he's the personal protector, the up man. He kept a guy that was going to be a block. So huge play by Wolf right there, because otherwise they have the ball on our 40, maybe after the block. Instead, they're going to be deep in their own end zone. So not on the stat sheet, but it is recognized here
as a fine play.
Fine play.
Madisonville has spent so much of their time with their backs right close to their own end zone. So here's the first play, the handoff, a good hole, caught from behind again, slowed and be brought down, but after a gain of about 4 or 5. going to make it to about the 10-yard line, so call it a gain of 4. This is a kind of typical high school homecoming crowd. Look over there at all the empty seats now. A lot of folks come to homecoming and make it to halftime and say, we'll hear about the score later. Maybe we'll watch that Rough Rider live stream is what they're saying, I think.
Yeah, maybe so.
2nd down and 6. Ball on the 10. Snap. Fake handoff. Quarterback still has it on the right side. They chase him down and they bring him down right about the first down marker, but I think that may move the chains.
The Riders generally have done a good job of not falling for that fake.
And, they fell for it, a little bit on that one. It wasn't a completely successful ruse. They had a couple of players over there, but they didn't make the first down. It's 3rd and inches. And they drew the Rough Riders offsides. Do they have a free play? No. If they don't, it might not be the Rough Riders' fault.
Oh, I think they drew us off.
Okay. So gifted him a first down. But at least they jumped off sides with conviction, made the contact, and stopped the play.
That's a smart move to get on short yards like that, give a hard count.
Right. Have a play ready, but a hard count at the beginning of it. Okay, so the Rough Riders face on defense a first down. Madisonville just across their 20. And quarterback hands it off. Right up the middle.
But the Riders are going to corral him.
They spin him back. Campbell to Simpson. That's what the most common sequence is. The quarterback handing off to the senior running back that we saw a lot of last year as well. But, boy, the Rough Rider defense has been the player of the game. This is an offense that can do some damage. Their damage has been limited so far. There's the snap. There's the hand.
Oh.
And right across the middle. And there's fumble. And there's a big offensive lineman that comes up with it. He's rumbling. He's stumbling. He's bumbling. The whole team, both sides, get to pile on. And that felt a little bit like the playground. That's pretty good stuff right there. You're a lineman like that. That is just like a dream.
I gotta say that lineman was scooting. He was pretty fast for a lineman.
Yeah, not bad. And then a heads-up play, what would have been a pretty limited run, ends up being a good one. Offsides free play, big pass downfield, good coverage, pass overthrown, and one of the Madisonville players would really like a penalty. It's that one right there. One of the intended receivers was begging for it but didn't get the call. But there is a flag, of course, as they had that free play. That was another. They bid on the hard count, and so they'll get that first down and 5. Okay, we're down under 2 minutes in the third quarter. The score is 7-6. Neither offense able to do much. Madisonville, though, has now moved it 55 yards. Quick pass to the right, to the left. And number 4's got it with a head of steam. Can they catch him at the 5-yard line? They take him out of bounds, but they hit the pylon. It's a touchdown. One big play, and just like that, Madisonville with its first lead, 12-7. It was the same player that was asking for the penalty, Caius Ford, the senior who caught it. The quarterback's going to be given a 45-yard touchdown pass, but the ball traveled in the air about 25 feet.
Now, are they going to go for 2, or are they going to go for the?
Kind of figure
they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, I think
we'll take one as well.
Let's do that.
We'll be right back.
You're watching Game 5 of the Rough Rider season. The Rough Riders travel to Madisonville to take on the Mustangs, live from Mustang Stadium.
Behold the chicken fried steak sandwich. This particular chicken fried steak sandwich can only be found at Diamond League Cafe in Center, Texas. And it pairs very well with seasoned fries and sweet tea. And if you're lucky, there'll be some of that Nana's banana pudding to go along with it. Get by Diamond League Cafe in Center and see the wonderful folks and all the wonderful menu.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
All right, here they go. They're going to run the Wildcat to try to go for two, and they're going to get in. So it's going to make it 14-7.
And the first time really anything much to celebrate for the Madisonville offense. They get 8 points and they go ahead 14-7.
All right, we'll be right back.
You know that Ace Hardware of East Texas is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trips. Fun things to wear when you go outside. For the 4th of July barbecue, to the housewarming in the fall, to your Christmas shopping and clothes for all year long, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place of East Texas.
One of the things that Scott Watson was passionate about was staying up to date. He wanted his facility to be comfortable, but not comfortable like you remembered it growing up. From the lobby to the spacious and modern chapel, Watson & Sons never stops getting better. The Watsons, their family serving yours.
All right, folks, it's time for the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. Not one of our favorite ones. We don't like it when they kick off to us unless it's to begin a half.
It's one of those little poochie kicks. He's caught this time and he moves forward, breaks the tackle and gets to the 50-yard line. Yeah, that's a whole lot better result. Well done right there. Who caught that ball? Whoever it was, that was a heads-up play. Good job.
Not sure who we have over there.
Got Coach Brown talking the offense up for the first time tonight. They are looking across the line of scrimmage they're trailing at a deficit. So playing from behind for the very first snap tonight. With 1:38 to go in the quarter. It's Wolf. It's a handoff right up the middle. Villegas with some room around the side. He's to the 30. He lowers his shoulder. They push him out of bounds at about the 20. But that's a swift 30 yards. How about that for number 22?
It's a nice play. Gets us into the Chris Mayfield State Farm red zone.
And he's already ready. Offense hurries up. It's a Rick Meeks sort of style. After a big gain, get up and do it again. Villegas cuts left this time, breaks the tackle, gets to the 10. Thought he was going to be tackled 5 yards into it. He just kept driving. They snapped that ball before the first down markers were even set. Looks like his knee must have hit the ground a little before I thought he was ready to stop. Another snap. Villegas again, right across the line, across the 10 to the 5. That's going to be good for another Ray Jones first down in the Chris Mayfield State Farm red zone. It's good stuff. Villegas doing most of the damage here on this one. They're ready to snap it. Snap it again. Villegas again. This time they clog it up in the backfield. And again, we get to the 5, and the going gets tough. 55 seconds and counting. At least one more play in this quarter. Wolf looking for the play. Has it. Back up to the line. The snap. Passes it over behind his receiver. stops the clock with 32 seconds, but that never had a chance. He was looking for
I'm afraid
Cooks.
if it was thrown on target, it would have been knocked down.
Yeah, and he may have seen that. He may have altered it just a little bit. Rather have an incomplete than a possible interception. So then, all moving forward, then get to the 5 and go backwards. Have you seen that happen before, Counselor? This game?
In this game,
yeah,
it's happened
every time.
It's like Groundhog Day.
Wolf moves to his left, keeps the ball, gets through across the 5, stays up to the 2, and here we go. What we're looking at is basically a 2-point conversion. Kick the field goal, it's an extra point, and get within 3, and trust your defense that has done nothing but great things all game long, except.
I think we're going to let the clock run out.
I think that's a good idea, and give it a call and talk it over. So as we go to the third quarter break, the Rough Riders are threatening. 4th down and goal at the 2, down 1 touchdown. We'll have the fourth quarter when we come back.
People come to Covington Lumber Building and Supply because they have home construction projects, and one of those, plumbing projects. Covington's got you covered. They have the showers and the tubs to get you started, and they have all the different fixtures and lots of different choices to round out the project. Then they have the tools that you need to make the things happen. It's all yours at Covington Lumber.
Hey, y'all got a dirty truck.
Well, then take it to Joe's Car Spa for a spa day.
At Joe's, they make them shine.
And they're standing by to work with the community.
They was elected best of Shelby County this year, and it's called Joe's, but it probably ought to be called Reed since Reed Grant owns it.
So, Billy Don, when it's time for your car or truck to have a spa day, where do you take it? So if you need a new set of tires, Center Tire's the place to go? Check. What if you just need one tire repaired? Check. But what if your car needs an oil change or it needs to be aligned? Check and check. It's all there at Center Tire.
All right, so here we go. It looks like we're putting the offense on the field.
And we had to walk 96 yards to get to the line of scrimmage, so the big 4th down. This will be the 5th first down. And Madisonville didn't see what they thought. I think they may have thought, surely the field goal. So they called timeout. Rough Riders good with that, Mr. Shire.
Yep, so here we are, 1 quarter left to go. Rough Riders been in control of this game since the get-go.
Except we're down by a touchdown.
Yep.
It's one big play on offense, one big play on defense for Madisonville. The Rough Riders' only touchdown came on a defensive play. They've been dominant from the 5 to the 5. Here they are, 4th and goal at the 2. Thank you, by the way, to Rough Rider Oil and Lube. The score will be on the scoreboard when the Rough Riders get home. Hopefully it will be a win in this Week 5 matchup as we get ready for the bye week and go into district play. That's really what's riding, is to get a little confidence, to get a little momentum after the last 2 weeks when there hasn't been a whole lot of either of those. Thank you, Rough Rider Oil and Lube.
So here we go. Obviously, extremely important the Riders put this in the end zone.
Yeah, and the 4th down attempt. A sprint to the right, looking, having to throw
got him
it
wide open.
Perfectly.
Touchdown, Rough Riders.
Great play. Pass is complete to number 3, Bracaden Robinson, and it was an easy pitch and catch once Wolf got past the tackle.
Touchdown, Rough Riders.
Good execution, Mr. Shires.
Yes, it was. So that's going to make it 14-13.
And I'm assuming an extra point.
Well, we did the swinging gate, and here they're coming out. Yep.
Big number 44 coming out. Take his place. Jaden Lane. Wolf holding for Huichapa. The snap, the kick, perfect, and a flag. Oh, flag right over there in the corner. Not sure.
Let's hang tight and see what it is.
Yeah.
Offsides on them will decline it. Let's have a look at that touchdown again. We're going to see Wolf bringing it in. Rolling to the right, and we're going to drag that tight end across. And we just about get it. Of course, that's brought to you by Center Glass. Brings us our replays. Give them a call. We'll be right back as this score is tied up.
What's that old State Farm slogan, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there? Well, that could not be a better description than Chris Mayfield of Mayfield State Farm. Since he came to town close to 20 years ago now, he has been the quintessential good neighbor. The same thing true of his insurance agency, Chris Mayfield State Farm.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
Just heard from the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. I pop up for us. We're going to start it at the 30. This game is tied up.
A good drive by the Rough Riders, answering a big play for Madisonville. Neither offense scoring a touchdown in the first half, as both defenses scored one on a fumble and the Rough Riders on an interception. Mustangs draw first offensive blood with a big play, but the Rough Riders answer it right back. Got to appreciate that. And now, with most of the fourth quarter left, Madisonville comes to the ball. Big test for the Rough Rider defense that was in the middle of pitching a shutout till that one big play. Handoff around the right side. Number 1 makes it to the corner, but is knocked out of bounds once he gets there. The defensive play made by Jackson Holloway, the junior, number 18.
Are they going to get any yards on it? Not maybe a yard or 2?
Oh, I thought. Okay, yeah, they marked it a 2-yard gain, and that just had, a bad feeling to it that it could go a lot longer. But Holloway caught up to it. 2nd down and 8. Got to get to the 40 for a first down. Ball on the 32. Loaded backfield. Hand off to the tailback, who picks a hole and hits a man. Number 23 hits him right smack at the 35-yard line. 23 wins that battle. Anthony Torres, the sophomore, didn't give up more than a foot or 2 after contact. 3rd down and 4 for the Rough Rider defense. What are you thinking?
From them, I'm going to try to attack the outside or throw that out in the flat again. We've been susceptible to that.
Hitch pass. The quarterback keeps it instead. Can't get around Vitrine. Vitrine has him by the jersey. The rest of the team takes over, and Vitrine makes the stop, even though he won't be credited with the tackle. Great containment by the Dream.
The Dream may be making a play for the player of the game tonight.
2 batted passes, 1 interception, and then that on 3rd down and relatively short. Yeah, he's making a great bid for it.
So 4th down and 9, they're going to have to punt.
One would think. With plenty of time left in the fourth quarter, 10:30 now. Low snap.
Bounces it. Nice punt. Just going to see if one of those ones. It hits a Madisonville player. It ought to be down at the 50.
Did it hit the player at the 50?
It hit the player. At least I thought it did.
Well, let's look. They have a judge right about there at the 50.
Yeah, he's inside the 50. I think they got it right.
Yeah, I think he's explaining this is where it happened. So, good call, counselor. Good eye. That's exactly what's going to happen. Rough Rider offense.
All right, so now it's time. Now this is game time here. If you're the big fellas up front,
Yeah.
let's take it down. Let's jam this down their throat. Let's take about 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and score a touchdown.
Make a statement. Score a touchdown. Take this lead back. Tie game. Ball on the 48. Snap to Wolf. Hand off to Villegas. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. He manages to get to about the midfield stripe. Pickup of 2. 10 minutes, 10 seconds. And what's been a worthy game.
It's been an interesting game.
Yeah.
Lots of action, very little scoring.
Right. I mean, I've raised my voice and yelled like a touchdown 7 or 8 times, but the score is 14-14. The snap. Well, he handed off. He does. He waited to the last second.
I'm not sure. That didn't look right.
No, it didn't, and only gained 2. So 3rd down and 6. They have to get to the 42. Ball on the 48.
So Villegas comes out. Bluford comes in. Bluford's been a man tonight.
He has.
He's had some bludgeoning runs. He's had a couple runs where he carried half the Mustangs on his back
Exactly.
for positive yards across the sticks for 1st down.
3 receivers to the left, though. A quick pass
Oh,
over
this
to
is going to
Cook.
be good.
He's got some space. He gets across the 40, and that's all he had to do for the Ray Jones. 1st down. Good stuff.
Good play by, there's one Mustang out there that made the tackle. Otherwise, that was going to be 6.
And this time, Wolf keeps it and picks up about 2. And that's about all. But that's okay. We started the last series with a 2-yard game. Clock's ticked down now to 8:40 to go in the game. Rough Riders 2nd down and 8. The snap.
Really?
Oh, Bluford runs in to Wolf, but Wolf breaks Bluford's tackle and throws it deep. It's going to be intercepted. Just the rhythm of that play.
I don't know if that's what that was supposed to be. I'm not sure what in the world that was.
Yeah, that was one they'll look at a lot in the film room, both coaches and players. That never really got going. So Vadrine's 3rd down heroics on defense generates 1 first down and then a long interception. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the ball, but it's about as good as a punt would be if we had punted.
Yep.
It's unfortunate it's a turnover, but ball's on the 5 with 8:25 to go in the game. 14-14 deadlock here in Madisonville. The Mustangs 95 yards away from the lead.
Here we go.
Madisonville band just behind the team. The drums getting after it. And the snap to the second back by the quarterback going to the left. Gets across for about a gain of 1.5. That's about a 4.5-foot gain. Brought down by several Rough Riders. First contact by number 14, I believe. And that is Horton. Yeah, Keithan Horton. So short 1st down gain, 2nd down and a solid 8. They're going to have to get to about the 15-yard line for the 1st down. 2 backs either side of the quarterback. He keeps it this time, and he probably shouldn't have.
Oh, yeah.
Big number 21 runs him down.
That's going to be right close. I think he's going to be just in. I think it's going to be on the 1-inch line. I don't think it's quite a safety.
No, the Rough Riders wanted a safety, but they stopped his momentum probably around the 2. But that's a huge play and just kind of what you've come to expect from Atkinson. So, and just again, so much of their life tonight has been spent, the Mustangs, in between the 10-yard line and their own end zone. Bad field position. Rough Rider defense has been up for it almost the whole game. Now they're looking at 3rd down and 12. Ball on about the 3. The snap. Quarterback's going to keep it and buy some time, buy some space. Actually, it was a wildcat snap to the tailback. And that's a smart play. Get out and give the punter a little space. Snapped it to the running back, Jaden Simpson.
See what they got it. Well, they got about 3 on that. So
yeah.
We're going to call it 4th and 8.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a punt. Now, I wonder if you're the Rough Riders, do you bring all out pressure, or do you set up? I think you set up the return with Villegas.
I think so too, and see if they do what they've been doing, is punt it short and hope for a bounce, and limit Villegas' opportunities. This time it's a big punt.
Just let it go.
Yeah, Vegas just lets it go. That's smart. Didn't quite get to him at the 50. And so that's about as good as you could hope if you were a Mustang.
All right, 6 minutes and 1 second to go. Game is tied. Riders are going to take over in Madisonville territory. We'll be right back.
Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in Center has the agents to take care of all your insurance needs. They remind you to update your policy after a life change, never put off the death policy conversation, and always have home insurance or renter's insurance. Whatever your insurance needs or questions are, or even if you need to make a payment, Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in Center.
Everybody,
just about where the line of scrimmage was when we threw the interception was at the 45. Throw the interception, hold them, get a good punt, and it was almost back to the exact same spot. Unfortunately, false start, 1st and 15 from midfield. Wolf keeps it, runs. Can he outrun him? He gets to the line of scrimmage, turns upfield. Best run of his today. I think
he's still on his go. He's still going.
I think he stepped out of bounds. Yeah.
Boo! Come on, ref.
I'm pretty sure.
Come on,
that he stepped out of bounds before that.
I don't think so.
I think he stepped out of bounds somewhere close to the. He got.
I hate to sound like the Colonel, but I don't think he did.
Yeah, I would disagree, and I think they missed the first foot, and they got the second one at the 30. But I've changed my mind. Boo! That should have been a touchdown. But either way, it's another time we've crossed the goal line and not been able to take the points. That's happened a lot.
That's okay.
Nah. Ball on the 30, though. Big first down for the Rough Riders. Driving, 5:50 to go. A handoff. Bluford
right
up the middle.
He's still going. He's still on his feet. He is still powering ahead.
It's the push. He was hit at the 26, 4 yards into that. Had a guy skiing behind him, and he'd come to a stop. Then he just kept moving, kept pushing. Then the lineman pushed.
Calling a flag on the play.
When it was all said and done, there's a flag on the play. Despite that power display. Let's see what it is. Didn't see the call, but it's going to be against the Rough Riders. Maybe we can hear it.
Illegal procedure, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty. It should be 5 yards from the previous spot, not 5 yards from where it was.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Don't get that right.
All right. Such a great first down run by Bluford. He had just been almost stopped, and he managed to gear down and find some more yardage.
So first down 15 here for the Rough Riders.
Which is what they were facing on the last snap when they gained 30. 15 steps forward, 5 steps back. Low snap, handoff. Bluford again. Finds the 30, gallops through. Look at that, lowers his shoulder. He's gone 5 yards, 10 yards, 13 yards with his guys pushing behind him. What do you think, counselor?
That's a Ray Jones Chevrolet. First down is what I think.
In Chris Mayfield State Farm red zone territory, and a heck of a play with an assist from 3 linemen.
Yes.
Gotta like that. So first down. Handoff again, Bluford. A little slower this time. He probably
needed a rest.
Yeah, probably spent a little energy, and we have Villegas coming in to give him a breather. Well, that's just maximum effort.
That's going to be second down, and what are we looking at? 9.
gain of 1. At this time of the game, though, the field goal, which has been neglected as we've gone for it on 4th down, we finally got one in the 4th quarter. There's a snap to Villegas. Lowers his shoulder over the right-hand side of the line. Good block from his guard and tackle. Got into the secondary tackle by the Mustangs.
That's going to make
at the 10.
At the 10, so he's going to.
Yeah, got to get to the 5. He's at the 10.
About to go under 4 minutes here.
Yeah, so this is the kind of thing.
So obviously we'd like to get the first down here and then run another minute off the clock.
Absolutely. Concentrate on the first down, fellas. Got to get to the 5. The snap.
Oh, yeah.
He's
through.
He's got it. Villegas has got the first down. Keeps hold of the ball. He'll land at about the 1. Exactly what the doctor ordered. The surgeon ordered a touchdown, but the doctor asked for the first down. Got it. Well done. And what a 1-2 punch from our running back.
It's a huge Ray Jones Chevrolet first down.
Huge Ray Jones first down. About as good as it gets.
Oh, we're going to play action pass throw.
Oh, my goodness. In the middle of traffic, it's going to be intercepted. It's tapped by 3 people, and again, somehow or another, the Mustangs come up with the turnover in the end zone. Charles, that was just probably a poor choice. It was throwing into so much traffic. That was almost a prayer, and so much for the chip shot field goal, as the pass really didn't have much of a percentage of chance of being completed.
Yeah, you hope the play action pass makes somebody wide open, and they were not fooled.
And so Madisonville, realizing what a break they've just been, well, not really given. They earned that. But just kind of stunned silence here on the Rough Rider side. And the Mustangs again in the shadow of their goalpost. Quarterback keeps it.
Right, that's going to be a Wildcat.
Yeah, that's actually not the quarterback. It's Simpson. Gets good yardage this time. The first down is about the 13-yard line. He got to the 9. So a pickup of 6 or 7 already ready to go. 3:16 to go. Another one. Across the line, still going. Lots of energy. Rough Rider defense on backpedaling. Close to a first down. Got the first down. Ball on the 14-yard line. With 3:00 to go in the game. Mustangs have the advantage because they have the ball.
Kind of a busted play, but
right up
they're
the
still
middle.
going to make some good yardage on it.
They made some lemonade out of lemons there as we stumble forward to the 20. No way they were going that the play that was called was going to work, but they improvised their way to the 20. Second down and 4, 2:35 to go. Ball carrier across the line of scrimmage, across the first down marker to the 27. Hard-earned yards. 2:28 to go, clock stops. See, I think there was I didn't see a penalty flag, but I
think it.
I was looking at the referee.
We had a guy not get off the field in time.
Right. He was close. I'm sorry to jerk the screen around, but you see over there, Coach Brown was talking right there to the side judge. If that's the call, I mean, it would be the right call. He hadn't quite gotten off the field, but it doesn't look like they're going to enforce that.
So it's what are we doing? Second down and no, here we go. It's a first down. Yeah,
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Our guy was trotting, but he didn't get off the field. So for about a fraction of a second, we had 12 men on the field, and that's a first down.
I mean, he was hustling off. I just don't think they gave us enough time to make our substitution.
That's what I think. 26-yard line. The snap to the Wildcat.
They're just
Simpson.
they're just running Wildcat.
That's all they're doing, and the Rough Riders have caught on to it. A bunch of them caught Simpson about a yard into his run. Yeah, is the quarterback even in the game? I don't think so. He's played well tonight, Cade Campbell. But yeah, they're direct snapping to Simpson, their best player. with the game on the line.
That's interesting. I mean, get it down to the 2 minute.
The 2 minute mark and a timeout on the field.
Is there a 2 minute warning
I
now this year? Because this is a couple times we did it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back. We'll set this thing up as we go into the final couple minutes. Are we looking at overtime?
Ooh.
The team at McAdams Propane is committed to fueling generations of East Texans. And the work Billy Bob and Lisa McAdams started is growing under Josh's leadership. What began in Center has grown into Livingston and Marshall, Henderson and Carthage. For Propane, it's McAdams.
All right, here we go. It's second down, and I'm calling it 2nd and 10. That's somewhere between 9.5. They got their standard quarterback back in now.
Is that number 8?
Yeah.
And he looks. He throws behind the line, caught by big number 1 and taken out of bounds by the Rough Riders. Big number 18, second time we've called his name this quarter, Jackson Holloway, the junior. And that was not nearly as much of a gain as they were hoping for.
We'll say they got 1 on that.
3rd down and 9. $1:38 to go, ticking down. And if they don't make this, given where they are on the field, they almost have to punt and hope for overtime.
Oh, they didn't stop the clock. I thought he got out of bounds, but they did not stop the clock. So
still running.
There's a minute and a half, minute 21 seconds. I'm going to get us caught up.
And they're not in a big hurry to snap. And timeout. But sure waited a long time to call it. Center calls it. Not to preserve time, I don't think, but to make sure that the
to preserve to preserve time, because
I thought they'd have done that 20 seconds ago. Right. Doing that. So before, while we have a chance, the Aurora Concepts postgame show is coming up. We'll talk about something to smile about, and the Center Motor Company player of the game. Thank you very much to Wyndham Family Dental. Then I'll go downtown and I'll talk to the counselor, brought to you by JBA Financial.
You're going to talk to the counselor or the coach?
I'm going to talk to the coach.
You've been talking to me for 3 hours.
I know. Counselor will say, hey, talk to the coach, and I'll do that. And then we'll have an interview with our player of the game, if possible. And then, if we can, we'll have the final scoreboard from the batters and from the blimp. And then we'll finish up and get ready for our off week, as this is the last minute and 16 seconds of the pre-district schedule. All that's coming up, Aurora Concepts post-game show.
Right. You know, I feel better about this game. We want to win the dang thing.
Yeah.
But because we played well enough to win, but we've played well tonight.
Right.
And just goofy
weirdness.
And some mistakes.
Yeah. And here's the play. Quarterback's in trouble, but now he's scrambling. There's a flag. He gets to the 35, the 40. He drops the ball out of bounds. So we have a flag. We have another flag. Scramble. A first down.
There's 2 flags.
A fumble out of bounds, and a second flag. All of that.
I think there's going to be an illegal block.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first flag was against the offense.
And so they're going to call probably a late hit on us out of bounds. So it's probably going to be a redo.
Well, we'll see about that. I'm hoping to hear the call from the.
I don't think the official was Mike, so we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way with hand signals. They're going to take a minute to discuss this. I'm pretty sure the second flag was going to be on a late hit out of bounds. Let's see here. He called something on
Madisonville,
and then here's the one on us. So what could happen? It could be a penalty. It could be penalty. Move them back and then move forward, and then it'd be first down, which would not be good for us.
That wouldn't be good for an offense that wants the ball back. That would be about the worst possible.
It'd be a first down. See, I guess since it was dead ball, that's how you have to do it. So I think that's probably correct, but that's unfortunate.
And I didn't see the late hit. I don't know that it was flagrant. It might have just been late, and unfortunate. But definitely unfortunate as they get.
So this Madisonville comes out of this ahead.
Yeah, Riders have 2 timeouts. Man in motion, handed off to their workhorse, Simpson. He slips the tackle, slips another tackle, doesn't slip the third one, which is from about 3 different Rough Riders at the 58-second mark. Strong defense all night, like you get when you go to the Forge and Danbert Column, right there on the square, building strong Shelby County folks like the Rough Riders. He backs the Riders all the way. The Forge on the square. 44 seconds, 2nd down and 5, and Madisonville not in a hurry, and it doesn't look like center is going to really stop the clock. Just want to try and get out of this. Quick hitch pass in the backfield. Good block. He gets behind the defense. It's the same play that scored before, and with 25 seconds to go, they're going to score. Another 25-foot pass parallel to the line of scrimmage. 1 good block and a foot race that the Mustangs win with 25 seconds to go. Oh, counseling. No flags. They've crossed the line 3 times, and they've gotten to count all 3 of them. We've crossed the line 5 times. Only gotten to count 2 of them for one reason or another. 2 big plays on offense and a big play on defense. Otherwise, domination from the Rough Riders, down by 4 with 23 seconds to go.
Oh, my. Just, oh, my.
Oh, my. A Madisonville team picked by 8, and it looked like we were going to come in here and ruin homecoming. And then an interception from the 2-yard line, dirtied the water, and a big play with 25 seconds left. The extra point's good. It's a 21-14 ball game. Riders have 23 seconds to figure out a way to answer.
We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hey, y'all got a dirty truck.
Well, then take it to Joe's Car Spa for a spa day.
At Joe's, they make them shine.
And they're standing by to work with the community.
They was elected best of Shelby County this year, and it's called Joe's, but it probably ought to be called Reed since Reed Grant owns it.
So, Billy Don, when it's time for your car or truck to have a spa day, where do you take? So, if you need a new set of tires, Center Tire's the place to go? Check. What if you just need 1 tire repaired? Check. But what if your car needs an oil change or it needs to be aligned? Check and check. It's all there at Center Tire.
All right, folks, it's time for a very sad Shelby Savings Bank kickoff.
Unless they do the little pooch kick and one of our up men breaks it for a score, then it would be a happy Shelby Savings Bank kick. Unlikely. They're very unlikely to kick it to our deep folks. They haven't done that all game.
Is it, as Mr. Payne would say, a worm burner? What I would expect.
No, he kicks it out of the end zone. Hadn't done it all night. That's cool. It didn't take any time away. But who knew? They were holding that to the end. Interesting decision. So 23 seconds for the Rough Riders with 2 timeouts to make something happen here late, and that would be pretty dramatic. You see down there about the 30-yard line, Coach Brown talking to the troops. And what a great opportunity to work your 2-minute offense, your 1-minute offense. When it really doesn't, I mean, it counts, but it doesn't count for district. And what you said is true. We played well tonight. Well, I think we played better than Madisonville. It may not show on the scoreboard in 23 seconds, but it certainly will on the stat sheet. Let's see what Wolf and company can dial up. A quick hitch pass to the playmaker. He's caught from behind. He's brought down, and they're going to call timeout. A 4-second play. And you can see Coach Brown getting after it down the field. They had 2 fingers up. One timeout left, 19 seconds to go. Hoping that they could get their playmaker loose. Couldn't quite do it. 2 receivers either side. He's looking to his left. Now he tucks it. He starts to run. Now he's in trouble. Throws the ball out of bounds. Good play. As long as there's not a flag, I don't think there is.
I mean,
good play by
Cooks was in the area.
Yeah. Good play. Took up 8 seconds. So what? About 2 plays left, unless the first one is a really long one that doesn't score.
Yep.
And you can see the defense of the Mustangs. They are playing center field. Quick pass, had to going to be out, ruled incomplete, bounce to him. Took 3 seconds off the clock and a 4th down. Short-armed it, trying to get it there quick. And it's almost like we don't have the long ball, Counselor. Timeout, last timeout. All comes down to this 4th down play. For the Rough Riders, looking at 2 and 3, and for the homecoming Madisonville Mustangs, looking at 3 and 2. They had a big win against Columbus last week. They were picked to win, but they won by more than they were expecting. So they got some momentum in week 4. The Rough Riders found a very good team playing very well at their homecoming and set them back, but I think they got over it. I don't think they had a Dangerfield hangover. Didn't look like it anyway, did it?
No.
So the Rough Riders are ready for this. We'll see if it's the last play of our ball game tonight. Stick around for the Aurora Concepts post game.
We don't.
Either way.
Yeah.
Here we go. Looking downfield. The big pass. It's going to be intercepted by number 10, who dances around until the game is over, and that's poetic and appropriate somehow that it ends like that. What a great and interesting game that just doesn't end the way we want it, Mr. Shire.
That's right. That's very disappointing. We played really well at times. We made some mistakes, several mistakes down in the red zone that cost us. We could have, if we take advantage of our opportunities, we score 3 more touchdowns. But we do not, and that's why they play the game. And Madisonville played good red zone defense, and we're going to end up falling 21-14. I'm going to hear from a few sponsors. When we come back, it'll be the Aurora Concepts post-game show here next.
The following fine sponsors back our area teams all season long. They include Batters Law Firm. When your case matters, it's got to be Batters. Portacool, keeping you cool with the new Apex series. And Sandy Cox State Farm, your county-wide good neighbor. The game is over. So now, the clinic, who provides players with physicals and with vaccinations, is ready to bring you the post-game show. The Aurora Concepts post-game show features something to smile about from Wyndham Family Dental, the Diamond Bee Cafe Pancake Blocker of the Night, and the Center Motor Company Player of the Game. So now we'll look back at the game. Tomorrow, let Aurora Concepts take care of you.
All right, folks, welcome back. It's the Aurora Concepts post-game show here live from Madisonville. The Rough Riders lose a tough one, 21-14. And it's time to choose our Center Motor Company Player of the Game. And we're choosing number 4, Gage Vadrine, who had a great game. Defense played terrific. As a general rule, now let's do something to smile about. We will do that right now. We'll come up with so it's difficult to do that when we lose a heartbreaker like this, when we were in control for much of the game. I'm going to say we played much better defensively. We played great. Obviously had 2 breakdowns on those hitch passes. but physically we played a very tough football game, and offensively I thought we looked a lot better up front. We were just unable to punch the ball in when we had it in the red zone. So looks like we had this team bounce back from a very disappointing loss last week and played much better, but just to see us fall again. So that is something to smile about, but it's something a little bit to frown about too. That's brought to you by Wyndham Family Dental. We'll hear from them, and we'll come back with more Aurora Concepts postgame show here live.
At Wyndham Family Dental, it's always about family. Their family welcomes you. Their family takes care of you. At Wyndham Family Dental, it comes down to this.
If you have something to smile about, smile.
At Aurora Concepts, our team of doctors and advanced practice providers are highly trained and qualified in family medicine. We strive to provide our patients guidance towards the healthiest lifestyle possible. We offer a full spectrum of family medicine, including scheduled appointment, mobile vaccine units, sports physicals, and walk-in visits with no appointment. We accept all major insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we also have the most competitive self-pay rates in the area. For highly trained expert care in East Texas, choose Aurora Concepts. Let us take care of you.
Father, for lunch today, I would like a salad.
Father, for lunch, I'd like one of those American cheeseburgers.
I'm a vegetarian.
Cheeseburger. That's what I need.
Father.
Oh, when everyone in your family thinks they're royalty, take them someplace where they can all get something good. Dairy Queen.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. Chris Wallington's down on the sideline with our cheerleader interview.
Yes, check this out. My high-tech microphone. Tell us who you are.
Julia Henderson.
And you.
Jayla Tut.
I said to you, this was a cheerleader game. It was close all the way. You were trying to get the crowd into it. It doesn't turn out right, but still, how did it go trying to get the crowd involved?
It was very, I would say, interesting.
Why? Were they into it? Could you get them going, or were they just scared and quiet?
They were really into it this game, and I really loved everyone's energy.
Yeah, it didn't work out, but still, this is for the most.
Lit.
Yeah, they were lit.
Stay lit.
They were lit. I like to try to stay lit. Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
And then you have a week off. Going to the Poultry Festival?
Yes.
I would think so. You going?
Volleyball.
Oh, you can't go. You play volleyball. Did you just get here?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, 2 gigs in one night. That is awesome. Hey, we're going to keep it here. Thank you all very much. This is the Gaddy's Medical Supply. Brings us that. Appreciate you guys. Be careful on the way home. And here is, I assume, our player of the game, Gage Vadrine.
It is.
Because I saw him first, Shires. I hope that works out.
It is.
There you go. Well, Gage, you were on fire tonight. You had several good plays. Thinking back, what was your favorite one? What's the one you'll look back on and go, yeah, that was pretty good?
Probably, I don't know, where I had the quarterback grabbed and we made a gang tackle. It was a big team effort.
Yeah.
Good play for us.
Defense played shutout ball except for 2 plays. Talk me through those 2 plays. This is really the same play, right? One's different sides of the field.
We just got to have a better pursuit. We got to play 11 halves of the football.
Yeah.
Play harder and we come back better next week, I guess. Well, we got a week off, come back better the next week.
No, that's true. You got a little bit of time to breathe. Still practice, and the Poultry Festival don't eat too much.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. Gage, great game. Sorry it didn't turn out right.
Sorry. Thank you.
Our Center Motor Company player of the game, the Dream, Gage Vadrine. Let me see if I can catch.
All right, we'll hear from Center Motor Company
Coach.
while you do that.
When you think Center Motor Company, Billy Don, what do you think?
Trucks, and more trucks.
They have pre-owned vehicles.
Yep, and a lot of them's are trucks from all brands, makes, and models. But the Ford trucks, man, they got a fleet of them.
Yes, they do.
Come on down to the corner of Hutcherson and Hurst, Center Motor.
JBA Financial Services brings you Coach Talk. and there's a reason for that. John Black knows that when you're preparing for an important game, you need a plan, and they'd like to be a part of the details, the X's and O's of that plan. He's put together a good team, a coaching staff that would help you and your family get where they want to go. At JBA Financial Services, they're working to secure your family's future.
All right, welcome back, folks. We see you're already going down. We have Chris Wallington somewhere around there.
Yeah, I'm heading back to you because Coach, he gave me a good soundbite.
Oh, hold on. Let me get. So I thought we were going to get you back down there again. Hold on, let me go to a wider shot. There we go. So you did talk to Coach.
Yeah, I did. They have lots to do, lots to take care of. He said he's so disappointed for his team because they did everything that they asked of them, and it just didn't work out. Just kind of like what we were saying throughout the game. Weird stuff. Should have been a win in Watton, and that's hard to explain to young people. You know, that's hard to explain.
All right. Well, that's our JBA Financial Coach Talk. Chris Wallington did talk to the coach, but we'll talk to him more in depth on Tuesday during the coach. Well, no, we won't do it this Tuesday. We'll talk to him at some point, and he'll explain further about this. But we're going to take a break here from Aurora Concepts, which brings us our postgame show. We'll come back to wrap up the show right after this.
At Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts. Let us take care of you.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the postgame show brought to you by Aurora Concepts. Wallington, I mean, we just played so well, but you got to finish, and we didn't finish.
Unable to do that today over and over and over and over again. It was strange. Well, we want to say thank you to our.
You can give.
Oh yeah, here's your phone back.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry, microphone. Want to say thank you to our Rough Rider game sponsors. Chris Mayfield State Farm, Down Home Storage, Joe's Car Spa, McAdams Propane, and Watson & Sons. Also our postgame sponsors, Aurora Concepts, Plum Crazy Plumbing.
This whole thing is plumb crazy.
Plumb crazy.
The whole thing.
The whole game. How it could go the way it went is just plumb crazy. I agree.
Right. Is Plumb Crazy the official plumbing, the official plumber of
PSPN?
Of PSPN, or certainly of Shires Production.
Yeah.
I don't know if Larry's in need.
He just hadn't needed
I
plumbing.
figure Larry probably need a plumber sometime. From what I just think Larry's probably going to need a plumber.
Likely, he's going to be calling you soon.
That's right.
Also, Diamonds Bees, JBA Financial, and Center Motor Company, thank you guys for bringing the post-game show. Carthage defeats Jasper. Pittsburgh defeats Dallas Christian. Henderson defeats Palestine. We don't have an update on the Shelbyville-Price Carlisle game, but it's right there on the NETSN. You can check it. All right. You ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Okay. The extra point then. Counselor, your final quick thoughts.
Blah.
Yeah. Good enough.
I'm just disappointed because it's just like what Coach said. I mean, they played well enough to win, but we got to finish. Got to finish those drives.
Yeah.
The offensive line, get the ball down there. You can't have the procedure penalties. You can't have the negative plays.
Right.
You can't have the sacks.
Right.
And you got to be able to – and then we got to make good decisions.
Almost beat a top 30 team at their homecoming. But the next time we line up, it'll be at home against the number one team in the land, the Carthage Bulldogs.
Yeah.
They're probably going to enjoy every break that we give them. That's just the way they play.
Yep.
And that's not going to happen next week because it's a week off and the Poultry Festival. So we'll see you on the square next Friday, and then back home facing Carthage after that. That does it for the Aurora Concepts post-game show. Thank you very much to Aurora Concepts for how about that? That's some good, exciting music. We'd like to thank our pregame and halftime guest, Coach Brown. We also congratulate Center Motor Company player, The Dream, Gage Vadreen. Tonight, final score is Center 14, Madisonville 21. Riders are 2-3 on the year as we finish the pre-district schedule. We thank the Pizzeria for the Nick Brown Show, brought to you by Sabine State Bank at 6:30 on Tuesdays. But this Tuesday, there won't be one as we relax and prepare for the festival. We also say thank you to our drum majors for appearing in our up close and personal segment from Borders Poultry at halftime. And now for the Colonel, Matt Gregory, at halftime, for Blake Collard and Randy Collard for excellent camera work tonight, for Captain Matney and the Bowles Feed Blimp, and for the Counselor Stephen Shires, I'm Chris Wallington saying stay between the hash marks, aim for the goal line.
Nobody wants to be sick, but at least at Aurora Concepts, being sick is easy. From their spacious waiting room to their experienced and friendly staff, they care about you, they listen to you, they're here for you. From start to finish, that's the experience at Aurora.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Pineywood Sports Network, an affiliate of NETSN. God bless America, God bless our troops, and God bless each and every one of you.